Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Kop-Ish, a live match reaction and player ratings. Luton Town 1, Liverpool 1. Two late goals. Luton Town scored around the 80th minute. Went to VAR. Nothing wrong with the goal from what I could see. And then a very good Harvey Elliott cross gets converted by Luis Diaz, who, let's be real, shouldn't even have to have been brought on today. But big up to Luis Diaz for the mentality he showed for even being in and amongst the squad. And a lovely message for his dad as well, which hopefully gets resolved very soon. I don't want to speak too much on the game. I know we'll speak about it in terms of player ratings. I'm not saying this is what for you guys. I don't want to speak too much about it because I feel as though I'm emotionally charged at the moment, and I don't want to say things that I regret, nor do I want to say things that may get taken out of context. And it was just very, very bad today. Like, I know at halftime a few people were saying it was poor, this, that, and the other. At 45 minutes gone in the game, I didn't think it was poor. But I did think we were being very complacent and very arrogant in our play. After 90 minutes, that was awful. Squeezing out a 1-1 draw against Luton Town, and no disrespect to Luton Town, that is a criminal result. That's a criminal result. Shout out to whoever just put the stats up, whether that was you, Matt, or you, Drift. Big up to yourself.
Yeah, I had to put that there, bro. I just had to just throw
24 shots, but yet we only had one more shot on target than them.
Look at the expected goals.
Expected, yeah, 3.0. Yeah, but I mean, I said it. We should have had 3 before we scored the goal. We should have.
Yep.
And I know. Look, I know the people who are against Nunez are going to be on his neck today. And look, I get it. I get it. Nunez was terrible today. But let's not sit here and act like Nunez was the only one either. I want to make that very clear from the offset. I'm going to give my Nunez rating. It ain't going to be high. So spoiler alert, it's not going to be high. But if anyone is here just blaming that solely on Nunez, then I'm sorry, like, stop. Nunez was terrible today. But he weren't the only one.
Oh, facts.
And if you're going to criticize Nunez, you got to criticize the manager. You got to criticize the rest of it. You got to criticize Trent. It ain't just him. Because I remember saying at 0-0, all 3 of our attackers should have a goal now, and none of them had a goal. So it's not just Nunez. So Matt, Drift, I don't know if you want to add anything else to what I've said, but obviously the floor is yours, guys.
I mean, I'm sure we're going to get into the Nunez stuff when we get to his thing, and y'all ain't going to like what I have to say because probably going to offend some people. But in terms of the game, that was fucking diabolical. That was absolutely diabolical. I said at halftime when I was talking with you, man, we're 45 minutes away from an absolute disaster here. And then the even worse happened and we let them score first. The worst thing that game should have had was 0-0, which was still diabolical. But to actually let Luton Town score and be, 4 minutes or 3 minutes away from actually winning the game, it's madness. It's madness. The goal itself, absolutely diabolical all round. I looked at it from front to back. I think Elliott has to just be way smarter and stronger, knowing that they've got more players on the overlap, and just make that foul on Barkley at the edge of the box. Take the foul, move on. Like, he don't do that. McAllister might possibly be as slow as Sami Hyypiä, because I've never seen a DM struggle so much in my life to get back, which if he had been quicker, he probably would have blocked the pass that was made through to the guy who scored, Chong or whatever his name is, ex-Man United reject. Fucking, we're letting him score. Like, what the hell is that? And then even I mean, Ali's our absolute savior. But even Ali, I think, could have probably done a bit better on his part as well. So the goal in itself,
goal drift.
absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking to concede that goal.
You think Ali could have done more for the goal drift?
Yeah, I think he could have. I think he could have, like, you know, when
I know what you mean. Seeing it back, I know what you mean. He kind of like
he could have basically took whatever pain was going to come from putting everything on the line to stop the ball. Like when you look at it, he actually looks away as the shot's taken, like, because he's so. And again, I get it, human nature. If you're going to collide with someone, you try to protect yourself. But unfortunately, centre backs and goalkeepers aren't allowed that pleasure. Like, there are two positions on the field where if it gets blasted in your face or it hurts or whatever, that's the nature of you being in that role in the team. So I do think, like, he wasn't at fault for the goal, but I do think when you watch it back, usually Ali actually does smother brilliantly well when he comes out and stuff. It's almost like he shied away a bit, and that wasn't actually near the shot itself in the end. Like, the shot was along the ground, and Ali was like, I don't know, it was weird when you look back. So yeah, but just to concede that goal all round was just shocking.
I don't think Ali could have done much more, personally.
When you see it back, Cal, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I agree with Drift. I agree. My takeaway from the game quickly was this. There was a lot of bad performances. One of the decision making from Jurgen Klopp today didn't make any sense for me. I'm just calling it what it is. We'll get to player ratings, but I just don't understand how McAllister was able to stay on the pitch when he took off Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, who were both better. Gravenberch was like leaps and bounds ahead of McAllister. Flipping Sobo didn't have a good game at all, but one thing I will say about Sobo, though, he's got character and drive. Some of the players that were lacking today. I don't understand how a team that you are superior, fully superior to, you've allowed them to kind of like take you into their sort of, like, they basically played us at their game. Like they just we lowered our levels to go to play against them, something that we should not be doing. This is a team that we should be beating comfortably. I can't even lie. And if you have ambitions of winning the league, these are the type of performances that, even if you play bad, you still get the victory. The fact that we can't beat Luton, we can't put ourselves in a title race.
Yeah, forget about titles.
I just don't think we can do that. I just don't think we can. Yeah. It's not about being emotional or reactive. It's just more about looking at it as like, I've got to look at our rivals and think, would any of our rivals do that against Luton? I don't think
Chelsea
they would.
Beat Luton 3-0. That's all you need to know.
So, in my opinion, I just think we now have to look back at the drawing board. Obviously, like, nothing's over, but I think we just have to now put things into perspective and recalculate what we think we're going to do this season. And not only that, the whole DM thing as well with McAllister, yeah? And again, like, obviously, we'll get into player ratings. Like, bro, I just don't understand how he had such a stinker and he was allowed to stay on the pitch. It didn't make no sense. And then the 4-2-4 thing, we looked kind of a bit disjointed, even though it was a good cross from Harvey Elliott. We had wasteful chances as well. It was just overall a freaking frustrating day where I just kind of knew that we weren't going to win this game. And even though we got a draw feels like a loss because we want to.
Oh yeah, that's a loss, bro. That's a loss. There's only one team in the league that you can draw with and go, do you know what? I would have took that before the game, and that's Man City. Every single other team in the league draws a loss. Obviously, there'll be circumstances that you have to put in when you're figuring in whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know, if you're 3-0 down against Arsenal at the Emirates and then you come back to 3-3, you wouldn't come out of that one and go, wow, that draw was a bad point. But you know what I mean?
Seen this on Virgil drift, this penalty claim on the 74th minute. Did you see it? I don't know if you saw the...
Yeah, that's a penalty. That's a penalty, bro.
Bro, the man is trying...
Of course it's a penalty, bro. Man ripped his hair out, bro.
Yeah, like... And it's not. I don't like doing this as well because it's like, oh, like we didn't get the result we wanted, so you go and find things. But I just saw it now, people, like, because I didn't see the claim before properly. But that was definitely a penalty, 100%. Not the one where Virgil kick or does the header and then bounces. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they're in the box jostling and then someone literally drapes his Virgil down, and I'm just like, You're not going to give that now.
And you know what? And they looked at it as well and still didn't think.
Oh, they looked at it really.
Yeah, they looked at it. Of course
the
they
same
did.
people
Bruv.
that done check complete. Yeah, mate. Check.
Yeah, VAR, innit?
Good
Come
job,
on.
mate. Yeah, good job.
When it goes to VAR check, you don't know what you're gonna get regardless. So
And
I'm even thinking about things like that, brother, in the first half and the blatant handball
with the yellow,
wasn't
no
even
yellow card.
Wasn't even booked. And you know what's mad? If he gets booked for that as a left back in the 40th minute of the game, the rest of his game's totally different. So it affects the rest of the game as well because he knows he's got to be tentative and a bit worried or whatever. Like what happened with McAllister, as soon as he got the yellow, he got even worse. And you know what? I'm going to say it now. And a lot of people always think, Dripple sticks up for Klopp. No, I call it what it is. And I will always call it what it is. When people go over top, I'll defend, man. But today, you know what? McAllister's actually turned into the new favourite. And it's pissing me off. Like, it doesn't matter what McAllister does, Klopp keeps him on the pitch. Doesn't matter how bad of a game he's having. Doesn't matter what the scenario is. Endo can't see no game time. And he won't swap it around, maybe put Gravenberch there or anything. It's just like, no, McAllister's going to finish the game or McAllister's got to play. He's actually becoming Klopp's new favourite and it's pissing me off because McAllister ain't even good in that role to start with. And now he's playing all the minutes in all the games. So it's like, so hold on a minute, Klopp. You bought Endo in, and I get it. He was bought as a squad player. Even I know that was the fact. But a squad player is play the last 20 minutes of a game when you're holding man's on a yellow card and he's not even having a good game. That is when he's supposed to come in and play. So when is Endo going to get any Premier League minutes if you can't even bring him in against the shittest team in the league when he's on a yellow card and he's playing poorly, McAllister, and you still can't bring Endo on? Or just put Gravenberch or anyone else who's capable of doing just as bad of a defensive job, but they're not on a yellow or they're having a better game. Do you get what I mean? Like, why is Klopp obsessed with McAllister in the six now? Like, it's starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah,
I don't even think we'll buy Andre because then Andre means that McAllister won't play.
Can I ask one question? And I can't believe I'm even have to ask this because you guys know my thoughts on the player that I'm going to mention. I'm going to say this and quickly pop off. Is McAllister in the six better than Fabinho in the six last season?
No.
Cool. Say no more.
I told you lot already that I think Flacco
sorry to cut you drift. I'm not saying I'd keep Fabinho, by the way. That's not.
No, I know. But remember when I said if we had Flacco, we'd be having a better season.
I'll say this from a defensive point of view.
The answer is no.
No.
So what we doing then? The fact that I've had to ask.
Actually, do you know what? Actually, do you know what I'm going to say? Do you know what I'm going to say? Quick.
Yeah, really quick. Is Szoboszlai better than Henderson in the right centre midfield role? He is, yeah.
100.
Cool.
It's not even a debate.
You see how there was no even deliberation there.
No, 100.
So we all agreed Fabinho needed to be upgraded on. Now, granted, Gift, I know we disagreed in terms of where we should sell or not, but we all agreed he needed to be upgraded on, right? But we haven't upgraded on him. Who's on that? Who's that on?
Do you know what it is then? If we're gonna do that, then, and I think you're right, what you're saying, it's the manager. Because
no, it's on all of them.
No, because he's not. But he wasn't brought equal. Was he?
All of them, Matt.
No, but was he brought in to be the six?
Jurgen Klopp and
hear me out. If Endo later on down the line starts playing six and starts getting minutes and starts playing well, and then McAllister does move to the left-sided 8 or the right-sided 8, whether him and Sobo switch, then you got to look at it and go, that was the manager because the manager didn't utilize the player properly in it. That's why, like, I know what you're saying about, did we upgrade on him? What I'm saying is, was he actually a direct replacement for Fabinho? That's my argument because I look at it as that was supposed to be Endo, but it's only because McAllister's playing is why we're having this debate. Do you get what I mean?
It seems like it was though, Matt.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Because whenever I speak about the sixth position, the first thing I'm told is Klopp doesn't want to play that anymore. He wants to play with a ball playing six. Well, there's your ball playing six, bro. How's it working out for you?
I think he's playing there. However, I don't think he was born to replace him. I'll tell you why. McAllister was the first signing that we made, and Fabinho and Henderson hadn't left at this point. None of them were even thinking of going. Do you know what I'm going to say? So, but what it is, I agree with what you're saying because Klopp is still utilizing him as Fabinho's replacement. So that's where I do agree with you. But do you get what I mean?
I'm holding the same energy. It's on FSG, Klopp, and Pep Linders. It's on all of them. Of
course. Yeah. I just don't want people having to go McAllister.
In terms of playing time and all that, if I bring in someone to the team and I say, trust this guy, believe me, we've signed a real player here. I know he's not a big name, but trust me, he's a real player here. And then this guy can't play any football, that's on Jurgen Klopp. That's solely on Jurgen Klopp. Solely, no one else. Because if you're telling me he don't even trust Endo to start at Luton Town, I'll be back in a second.
He's got to start him in the next game because I think McAllister's suspended. Didn't he pick up the yellow drift?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So that's against. Is it Brent? When we was talking about this other day, innit? In the preview,
Yeah, you missed the Brentford game.
innit?
It was the perfect scenario. Only I don't care anymore because I don't want McAllister playing 6.
Well, it would have been a perfect scenario if we actually won, but we didn't even win.
Yeah. So did you know what's mad as well? This is one of the reasons why. And again, I will call out man when it is, and then I'll defend man if I think it needs to be. And I just called out Klopp for this travesty of a game with McAllister in the 6th. But when it comes to the DM thing, the reason why I don't think it's necessarily something we can scream at Klopp about is that Klopp wanted Lavia and he also wanted Caicedo, none of which the recruitment got brought in for him. So I think that Endo wasn't necessarily desperation because Klopp obviously likes Endo, but that's when he changed to an alternate of like, let me bring in a squad player and then I'll see what I can do in January or next summer to get somebody I actually want. Something we all know, which has been made very clear over the years, Klopp doesn't like getting his second or his third choice. He likes to get his first choice. So he probably wants Endo as a squad player till he can get whoever he feels is that first choice DM. You don't just want to go and pay 60, 70 mil for somebody just for the sake of it. And it's not really who he wants. That's why I didn't buy Matheus Nunes last summer. There's plenty of examples of it. So I think either it is in January or in the summer, we'll bring in someone who will be the future DM for the rest of the time. But he didn't want to just, I don't know, pay 70 mil for Decore or some player he didn't really want. That's what I believe. Because he wanted Lavia and he wanted Caicedo, neither of which were brought in. So we can't go all the way and go like, Klopp thought that Mac playing the number 10 was the idea. No, as you said, bro, we still have Fabinho and Henderson when he bought McAllister. He didn't bring McAllister into play no 6. It's ended up being a scenario he's been forced into. But for some reason now, he just runs with it, even though Endo should be getting game time. McAllister was not brought in to be a DM. We didn't get the DMs we were supposed to get. Lavia should be the one playing in that role right now. That's what's supposed to be happening.
But do you know the frustrating thing is though, Drift? And I agree with what you're saying. Do you know what's so frustrating though? When Fabinho left, Liverpool, the fans, everybody knew we needed to go and get a DM. So we went and got a DM, but everybody was shocked on who it was because of who he plays for. Not only that, it's many that age as well. Like, all jokes aside, yeah, if Endo was actually 24, 25 years of age, I don't think a lot of people would have so much of a fuss about it. People still might go, I don't know if quality-wise whether he's going to make it. But one of the overriding factors is we keep talking about his age and how much, and you see his playing style drift. Remember, he's not like some elegant footballer where like he just nips in and gets an interception and then lays it off, bro. Endo is all action. He's putting minutes, bro. Endo's a grafter. So you went and got a grafter that's 30 years of age. You tell everybody needs to adapt. We're now in November, and Endo still, as you said, can't play again. He can't start against Luton, fam.
And you know what? Good point. Someone that was just saying Lavia hasn't played for Chelsea yet. That is a good point. Although you could flip it and say
injury. That's an injury.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have got the same injury at Liverpool because the scenario of his life would have been totally different. So, like, obviously, that's neither here nor there. But even if you want to go on the premise that he is injured and if the same thing had happened at Liverpool, but that would mean McAllister will still be playing the 6 anyway. Right? Do you get what I mean? So either way, McAllister playing the 6 would have still been a forced scenario because we wouldn't have bought Endo, we would have bought Lavia, we would have got Gravenberch still, I believe, and then Lavia being injured would have meant it would have still been McAllister playing the 6, right? So it doesn't matter whether you want to say Lavia is still injured or whether it was the scenario will still be very similar in that regard. The only difference is Lavia would have been a way better option than Endo. That's the only difference between the two scenarios.
Bro, for me as well, I've said this for a minute now, and I don't know whether people agree with me, but I've actually said I wouldn't mind seeing a switch between Gravenberch and McAllister. The reason I say that is because I think Gravenberch is more press resistant and he's more athletic. And when it comes to recoveries and trying to like break down a counter attack and like being the last man and you've got to run and You see that scenario, Drift, where you saw McAllister literally running in treacle? Gravenberch, do you know what Gravenberch does? He's obviously faster, but not only that, he can slide. He'll probably slide, stick out a leg, and block that with an interception.
Yeah,
There's
but do you
differences
think?
style
But
of
do you
play.
think that Gravenberch would have been switched on enough to have been ready for the counter attack? I think that's maybe the only thing.
Well,
Like
here's
how
the thing,
defensive
but we
is his
won't.
mindset.
But we don't know. We don't know if we don't try. And I've seen Gravenberch at Ajax, yeah. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't never a single pivot, but he's done the double pivot thing. So he,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that
when
is
it, when
true.
it, yeah. So when it comes to like being switched on and tactically able, he can do it. He's just maybe not as switched on as like yours per se natural DM.
He's
But
pretty
what I'm
much the
saying-
same as McAllister for real, actually, when you think about it, because he's the pivot that's not the defensive one.
bro.
So he's pretty much
Yeah.
McAllister, how McAllister was next to Caicedo. Like
Yeah.
it is, he's like the more offensive pivot player.
No,
basically.
but the difference is, I feel like from a defensive point of view, especially from an athletic point of view, he offers more than McAllister. I'm telling you, bro, that ball that they played in, and you saw McAllister put it. I hate when people do the whole put. Yeah, you look at the sky, like the sky's giving you an answer, like you're gonna get faster. Yeah, I saw McAllister doing that. If that's Gravenberch is tracking back and he just slide challenges or he slides and he cuts the pass. I guarantee you, because that's his playing style, bro. Man, no, it's frustrating that club don't see certain things. Like if you really don't want to play a six, out of all the players that started today, you might as well put Gravenberch there. I'm telling you, bro, makes more sense.
Play Endo, right?
Yeah, no, but for some reason you don't want to play Endo, so I'm just saying go with the players that you have because clearly something's not right. Evan.
Yeah. The only thing about Endo that is a little bit annoying is he's not quick either. So that scenario could have been the same if it was Endo trying to get back.
You're right though. Endo is not quick. That's why
He's
I'm
quicker
saying
than McAllister.
I'm not sure about that. You know, I don't think he is, bro.
I don't think he is, bro. I don't think he is.
No, I've seen him. Right, he's not fast, but he's faster than McAllister.
I'm not too sure if he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to
actually got better acceleration.
I think McAllister's our slowest midfielder.
I don't know. I'd have to see him race, bro. I genuinely have to see them race to know who was.
But the fact that we're debating about it says a lot, though, already.
Should we go into the fun part of the show, which is meant to be fun because we just had Luton, but it's not going to be fun. Should we do player ratings, guys?
Yeah, I might as well.
Yeah, boy, here we go. Let's start off with Alisson Becker.
Sick.
Alisson made some good saves. He was also commanding in his box.
Although I still thought he could have done a bit better. I agree with Drift for the goal. I'm going to say...
Alisson made some key saves today. And key interceptions.
He did.
He did, but I'm struggling to want to give anybody more than a 6, regardless if it's individuals or not. Like,
no, but that's not fair.
But we just drew at Luton, man.
But it's not fair because it's not. All right, so let's say, for example, we lost the game 5-4, but Nunez scored 4 goals. Are we going to say we can't give him more than a 6 because we lost? Like, we can't do that.
No, but I was still feel reluctant to want to do it based on the fact that we lost to Luton.
Alisson's not at fault for the goal or anything today.
I think he could have done better.
He had a part to play in the goal. He did.
Not a fault. He just could have done a bit better, though. I think, in my opinion,
he's the last person you blame, but he still has some blame.
For me,
I'm giving Ali like a raw. I'm giving him like a 6.
I'll go up to 6.5 based on the fact that I do remember that brilliant save he made with his leg or his shoulder.
Oh yeah, no, that yeah. All right, 6.5, but you're not getting higher than that then. Nah, I can't. Did you say 7.5, Cal?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
So you're telling me he was just above average today?
The whole team was just above.
No, you guys don't do on a real guys. Like, how is this fair? Like, how are we judging Ali because the team messed up?
No, I'm not. I don't think Ali was like. I don't think Ali. I think he made that one brilliant save, but other than that, it's not like I'm remembering like an outstanding performance from him or anything.
He made some good saves.
7.5 isn't an outstanding.
No,
7.5 is a very good. Sorry, it's not even very good. It's good.
Like,
I
expect him to make though. If that makes sense.
Them,
yeah, but the one I expected him to make, he didn't make. Bro, when you see it again, he rushes out and hesitates, and then it kind of like we've seen Ali have a little bit of a moment there, kinda.
That's the first time I think he's not done the right thing when he's been in a kind of one-on-one scenario. But it evens out of 7 anyway. If you've given him 7.5 and we've given him 6.5, then it evens out.
That's kind of true, yeah. Then he goes out of 7.
So that I think 7 probably is about fair. Like if you really
that
like,
he was good. So
yeah, I don't think he was higher than
that's
a 7.
fair then. 7 is fair. He's good.
Trent.
I thought Trent was poor, you know. I mean, some of the passing, don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking about when he got cooked and stuff, like, bro.
I'm gonna go 5.5 for Trent.
In the one-on-one situations, he's kind of getting moved to still. It was only the passing that kind of saved him.
Yeah, the pass is what saved him because
if he didn't make some of them passes, he would have been pants. I'm giving him a 5. No. Nah. Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5. I kind of want to go. We don't do 4.5, do we?
Trent gets a 4 from me.
We don't do 4. It's like I want to do a 4.5.
I guess that means it evens out at 5 then, doesn't it?
Only because of the passing. That was allowing to set us up on counter-attacks. Like,
yeah, the passing was brilliant.
Everything else was just pants.
He had a couple of brilliant passes. His passing wasn't brilliant today. His passing was
sloppy.
I
think it was. I think he did.
It got better in the second half, in my opinion.
Sorry, guys. We sat here in the first half, guys, and said his passing was sloppy. He had 3 or 4 very good passes. Apart from
I weren't there for that.
I said his passing got progressively. His passing got progressively.
He was getting cooked. He was getting cooked when he was playing right back. He was taking stupid shots. He was doing crossing inshallah. He was lazy. He was arrogant as F. He had 3 or 4 good passes in the whole game. The rest was appalling.
Bro,
it was appalling.
You do realize he should have got an assist today, but we won't go about that.
He didn't.
No, but that's one. But the passing was you're overlooking the passing.
I'm not.
That's the reason I'm giving him a 4 and not
late. That's the reason I'm giving him a 4 and not lower, because some of the passes were excellent. But on a whole, his performance was trash today.
What about when we was on
I wouldn't go far to say trash, but he wasn't good.
Hold on.
He was trash today.
No.
I think trash is a bit too much.
No, I don't think he was trash. I just think he wasn't that great, but his passing was.
Are we watching a different game?
No, watching
the
same game.
No, I just think trash is too much. I don't think he was trash.
If he's trash, then what's McAllister then? What, binges?
I'll get to McAllister. But
you get what I'm trying to say?
But he was trash. That doesn't mean Trent wasn't trash.
No, but I'm just saying, for me, bro, I look at defensively 1-on-1, that's never his strong suit. But he was getting cooked regular, yeah? All right, cool. So that defending part goes out the window. When he was inverting and splitting lines with his passing and getting people in on goal, I can't knock him for that. Not only that, when we were chasing the game, I see a man drop a 70-yard pass onto someone's foot, and we were literally about to enter their box.
Yeah,
I can't ignore that. Man can't ignore that just because he was getting cooked 1-on-1s. I have to look at both.
So throughout the whole game, his passing was on point.
I never said that. I said in the first half, his passing was poor.
Bro, you got to remember, we gave him 5 or 5.5. It's not like we said he was like a 9 or something.
I said 5, you know.
You know what I mean?
But when I gave him a 4 and said he was trash, you lot are saying that you can't call him trash. He was
trash is too far. If you're trash, then you should get a 2 or a 1.
Oh no. I reserve different words for 2 or 1s and 0s.
No, bro, trash is like
awful. That, you know, it's like you're like trash.
If you're trash, that means there wasn't anything in the game that remotely was even good. Like, that's trash.
Yeah.
He wasn't trash.
Fair dues. We'll even out of the 5 for Trent. Ibu.
I'll go 5 again, 5.5, 5.5. I thought Ibu was quite poor today.
He was all right, but then there was a time when he got involved, and then he's pretty dominant in the air as well.
He gave away a lot of free kicks today for some reason.
I think off the top of my brain, he gave away 2.
And I don't know how we let my man skip past him when Ali made that wicked save. That was a bit,
yeah.
that was a
That
bit like
happens though, innit? Like, there's the times. I mean, don't get me wrong. In fact, no, that was really bad.
it
I know
doesn't
you're talking about.
happen
You're
if
talking about
you.
the one where I said to Carl, we should have taken the man down. Actually, I actually said that.
No, he shouldn't have engaged so much. He
No, I
should
should have
have
taken him
stood off
down.
and waited to see what happened. But he got so close to McAllister or Trent, whichever player it was. When the player skipped past Trent or McAllister, he
It was
basically skipped past him as well because he got too tight. It was like, Kanate, stand off a bit and wait to see what develops. Why are you going so tight? Like, there's already a player there. It was weird. I don't know why he did that. But
He's probably doing that because he's always having to cover for Trent because of the new rating, because of the new system, and because of how we play as a team and how
no,
Trent defends.
but Trent was there in that moment, so he could have stood off a yard or two and waited to
He
see what
skipped
happened.
past
This
Trent.
does a lot, man.
No, he
walked
skipped
past
past Trent. As he skipped past Trent, he skipped past Kanate as well because Kanate was only like 2 yards behind.
because
He
they're both
shouldn't have
having
got-
to
he
do
shouldn't have
something
got
they
so
shouldn't be
close.
doing. Because they're
Ibu
both
shouldn't
doing
have got
something they
so
should
close.
do. They're both in the toilet, man. Ibu gets a 5 from me.
Yeah, he's a 5.
Yeah, that's what I said. Fine.
Virgil.
6.
Virgil might be the only player on the outfield that like didn't really do anything wrong.
6 for me.
Virgil gets
I'll probably
7.5.
actually go 7 for Virgil because I actually think he was the only outfield player that like kind of was still good and doing what he was like what he's supposed to do. And he nearly scored from what ended up being a counter attack, but he got in the end of a couple of chances and whatnot. I'll go 7 for Virgil.
Hold
I
on.
don't think
I'd go
I just
8
thought
for Virgil.
something. Yeah, no, do you know what? I'll give Virgil 7, but I just thought something. Do you remember Ibu's run in the first half?
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there still.
That's why he got a 5 and nothing lower.
Just putting it out there still. Nothing got
Virgil,
past.
I'll go 8
He
for
let
Virgil.
one thing get past him though in the whole game. So even though he gave away fouls and them thing there, we're acting that man was getting cooked like Trent. That's
No,
another
no,
thing
but
as
he
well,
was
like.
giving away silly
No,
fouls on that.
Matt,
Like
no, look,
it was just I don't know.
I'm
it
not,
was
no,
weird.
remember, I haven't sat here and said he was good. I'm just saying, like,
It wasn't just
He
that.
wa-
Look
he
at the
was
hospital
far
ball
from-
he gave to McAllister, bro, because he lost
Sorry?
concentration. Look at the
What was
hospital ball he gave to McAllister because he lost concentration in the middle of the pitch.
no, I think he tried to do when he tried to do too much, and then yeah, fair enough.
You know what? I know this is a bit petty, but even with the last 10 seconds of the game and he had the ball, he just kicked it to the goalkeeper.
Sorry, these kids are pagans, you know, absolute pagans. Missy just got back home. They're all jumping on her. I missed you, man. What about me, bro? All day, pagans, man. Actually,
I don't know when you're gonna learn men don't matter, bro, but we don't
but it's
matter.
disgusting, bro. I can see it, bro. It's right in my face, bro.
Men don't matter, bro.
Am I a mug, bro? Mummy's the best. Mummy's the best. Like I've been doing the most all day, bro. Am I a dickhead, bro? Do me a favor, man. They can
Do me a favor, please.
Bro.
Get out of here, man.
No, they can
Get
cook and clean
out
for
of here,
themselves
man.
now, bro. If that's what they want to do, bro. Let them do it, bro.
Bro, you know, but they're
Absolute
boys,
joke,
innit?
bro.
That's what Kyrie's like.
Bro, I'm not
Bro,
saying they
I
can't
think I'm
love them,
out.
bro. No, they can love her, bro. Like I want them to love and respect her.
but bro,
Don't
they
disrespect me because you love her, bro. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it physically.
Oh,
You didn't have to shout it out. Could have whispered it. All right, cool.
I
Do
told
your
you,
thing.
bro, men don't care, bro. I tell you the only time that men care. Don't pay the electric bill, Cal, and let them free. Then they'll care.
Yeah, bro, do you know what? I might just put a ban on the Wi-Fi, bro. See how much love I get.
I said ban on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, when you can't watch Spidey and his amazing friends, bro, we'll see how you get in there.
Carl's taking out everybody, even the kids. You know.
I'm furious, bro. So what are we saying? 7 for Virgil, yeah?
Yeah. I think 7's fair.
Yeah. Well, if we said 7 and you said 8, then that's 7.5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're evening it out.
Joe Gomez inverted left back. Yeah, say it.
Do you still take down our individual scores, Cal?
Yeah, but I need to speak to you guys offline about it because my laptop did a madness and I've lost everything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you lost my man said it. Everything's gone. Everything.
I lost everything, bro. Gomez. I wouldn't even agree that Gomez was inverted today. He wasn't. Gomez left back.
I think you. No, but obviously you did kind of become a left-sided centre back whenever Trent went into midfield.
That's what I mean. He did invert, but
you know what? I'm gonna go 6.5 for Joey. I don't really think Joey was that bad today.
6.5. Yo,
what you think Joey was crap today?
League is out today. No, not like that. But
I don't think it had anything to do with Joey though.
I would have said he was
hold on. Hold on, Jiff. You gave Ali. What did you give Ali? A 6?
Yeah, but he conceded a goal.
Brother, so Ali wasn't better. So Gomez was better than Ali today.
Well, Gomez only played an hour, so that you got to take it into context.
No. Drift was Gomez better than Ali today?
Joey only within an hour worth of game. I think they're about the same.
Bro, Gomez weren't bad today. He weren't better than Ali. We cannot be sitting there saying Gomez was better than
Ali. But again, but you got to add the context. Ali played the whole game and he let in a goal I think he was a part of. So that brought his grade down a bit. Whereas Joey played an hour and wasn't culpable for anything negative. Like there wasn't a part where you go, oh, that was Joey's fault or anything like that. So I don't think 6.5. I think 6.5 is about right, but.
My rating for Joey's 5, by the way. My rating for Joey's 5.
5?
Yeah, 5.5 for me.
Right, for a 5, you've kind of got to give me some justification on like what you did wrong.
5.5 is average.
5 is average, bro.
But average as in it's kind of where you started.
Wrong. No. What I'm saying is like he didn't do anything like badly wrong.
It's not his fault, by the way. Not all his fault.
It's because
no. But I just still want a justification on the 5 as in what was there that he did wrong in the game.
No, but I'm saying what was there that he did so good that bumped him up from a 5?
Well, for a start, he won most of his duels.
Did he?
Like whenever there was a one-on-one, I don't remember him ever being beaten in a one-on-one.
There's a couple of times when he lost out on his duels.
Yeah, there were times where he lost.
Remember
out.
when he was falling over on...
but he wasn't actually like beaten. There wasn't a moment where he was like, well, tell me about it, then just remind me then, because I don't remember.
Bro, there was a time when he actually Supermaned himself into the ad board. You forgetting that?
But that was making a clearance. That wasn't him doing something wrong.
Bro, he was jostling in a one-on-one duel.
Yeah, but he won it.
He didn't.
He did win it. He gave away a throw-in. I swear he gave away a throw-in, but like he still stopped the attacker.
I don't know why I remember this one.
One sec.
Sorry, just quickly, before I forget, because I know I forget. Do you remember, Carl, when I said to you, is Gomez all right? Remember, because I said to you during the game? Because he was in the ad board, bro.
And he should have got a yellow card for taking out Chong as well, which he got let off for.
Bro, it's not like he was shocking.
I'm sorry. When I was Chong was expecting the thing and actually dived. I remember thinking, what an idiot. You had a counter-attack on and you went to ground for no reason.
But he didn't dive. He got taken out.
Go and watch it back. He didn't get taken out.
He
saw Joey put his arm out and anticipated the grab and then went to ground and Joey didn't actually grab him in the end. But it's all right.
Ali made a few good saves, was commanding of his area. His kicking, there was nothing wrong with his kicking today. Nothing wrong with his distribution. We gave him a 6. Joey did nothing from an attacking standpoint, had a few iffy moments defensively, but on the whole was cool. And we're giving him a 6.5. That's not justified.
Alisson was part of a goal, bro. You keep saying the same thing. Ali was part of a goal that was conceded, bro.
I don't think he was part of the goal, but even if he was, the smallest part of the goal. He was the smallest
so it still dropped him down a mark.
But you've not dropped him down a mark, bro. You dropped him down several marks.
No, I haven't. You gave him 7.5 and I gave him 6. So 6.5, like it's give or take. Like I would have given him a 7 or maybe a 7.5 if we didn't let in the goal. So I would have probably been around where you are without the goal conceded.
So I ask again, what did Joey do that was good enough to take his performance from a 5 to a 6.5?
What, above average? All I gave him was above average. It's not like I said he was an 8 or something.
No, but that's what
I think he did well. For the majority of the game, Joey did well. There was no major mistakes. He did everything quite solid. He didn't look dodgy or fragile at any point during the game. Like 6.5, I think is justified for Joey. If people disagree, then that's fair. But he was only on for an hour as well, which means there's less time to be judged against someone who does 90. You can bring your rating down in that 90 because, for example, if Ali comes off at 90, I'm definitely giving him probably about 7.5. But then he stayed on for the next half an hour and he let in a goal. So that's what changes everything. I'm surprised people. I see a couple people saying Joey was good, but I'm surprised people are thinking Joey was poor today. I don't think.
No one said he's poor, Drift. You're clutching.
No, I've seen comments saying that he was poor, but it's fine if people think he was poor. Everyone's allowed their own opinion.
So what did you give him, Matt? So we're either out of 5.5 then.
I think that's what Matt gave him, a 5.5.
McAllister.
3.
McAllister gets a 2 from me.
Dreadful performance from him, man.
Again, not his fault. Well, no. Do you know what? In fact, some of it is his fault. Because he's still a footballer and he's still a human being. So even though Klopp's putting him in a horrible position and playing him some way he shouldn't be, he's still doing certain things that shouldn't be happening. So for me, it's a 2.
And do you want to know something? I know a lot of time people will say things like, "Oh, you got to do what you're told by the manager, etc., etc." Which, for about 90% of the time, I actually do agree with. But I actually think maybe even now it should be McAllister's duty to be like, Gaffer, like I'm just not good at this role. I don't want to keep doing it. I feel like I'm making myself look stupid and I'm letting the team down. Like, at what point does the player just keep doing what he's told when he knows he's not capable? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think at some point you have to pull him aside and go, Gaffer, I think I'm letting the team down here. Like, don't just keep playing because you're being told to and letting us down. Have a word with the manager yourself, man. I would, if manager kept telling me to play centre back and I know for a fact I'm just terrible and we keep letting in goals, I'd be like, Gaffer, you got to stop putting me at centre back, man. I appreciate you playing me, but you got to stop putting me here, man. I'm letting the team down. Like,
I completely agree with you, Drift. 1, how do we know he hasn't done that? And 2, if the manager says, "Well, I'm still playing you there," what can he do then?
yeah, well, obviously we'll never know that, but I doubt very much he has. I doubt very much McAllister say, Gaffer, don't play me. But
no, I don't think he's not saying don't play me. I think he's probably said like, I probably don't want to play here, boss. And Klopp's probably
he's new, Cal. I reckon he's doing everything he's told, even if he knows he's not capable.
Doesn't mean he ain't got balls. Doesn't mean he ain't got balls to say it though, bro. Like, you can be new in a new workplace and still.
No, but when you're new, you still kind of got to know your role to a degree, and you're still trying to make sure that you're settled. You did make the right choice. Make sure you stay in the manager's good books. I'll be quite surprised if he's ever said, Gaffer, don't play me here. I'm not good at it.
Let's go on your premise that he hasn't. Let's go on your premise that he hasn't done that. Even if he hasn't, it shouldn't be his role to do that. Surely that should be the manager. If we can all see that there's an issue, surely the manager should be able to see that now, right?
Yeah, of course. The manager's the one who's more culpable than anyone. But you've still got to take responsibility as the player himself.
No, I disagree. McAllister's been
if you was playing left back constantly getting cooked.
You just said he's new, so he's got to kind of just do what he wants to, or do what he's told. So we can't hold anything to him then based on your logic.
No, I'm saying that's why I think he hasn't done it. That's the reason why I think he hasn't done it. I'm not saying that he shouldn't maybe do it. I think that's the reason why he hasn't done it. And you know what? Maybe because he actually just wants to play, which I will put on him. Maybe he's thinking it's better to play than to not play. Because everybody kind of does know players do want to play. So maybe he knows he's not even that good at it, but he's like, well, at least I'm playing.
But anytime a team sheet's put out, it's on the manager.
Yeah, of course. The majority of the blame goes on the manager, of course.
Not like 99%, bro.
But if you was playing, you wouldn't be like, Gaffer, you got to stop playing me here, man.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure Milner asked not to play left back, but you know, like, he was there, bro.
No, but Milner did a good job, though. That's the difference.
Bro, it's all on Klopp, man. It is all on Klopp. This him playing.
I think there comes a point where the player does have to take some responsibility, but the majority is on Klopp, 100%.
It's all on Klopp, bro. He picks the team.
Like I said, I wouldn't say all, but I say the majority.
So you gave me what, a 3?
Yeah, I gave him a 3.
Gravenberch. I gave Gravenberch an 8 personally.
Right, that's high.
Didn't do anything wrong today.
No, he didn't do anything wrong. I don't know if he did anything to go as high.
He was beating players. He was driving. He should have had an assist for Jota.
We're talking about Gravenberch.
Yeah, he was an 8 today.
I just already knew already. I haven't heard nothing. I just knew it was Gravenberch.
Eight.
From when you said it's Gravenberch is an 8.
I can't go as high as an 8. 7.5. I'll go.
What?
7.
Swear.
But why? But why?
I just don't think anybody was an 8.
Bro, Gravenberch.
Really?
He was. You don't think he was very good today?
He was good. He was good. He was good. He didn't let us down in any way. He didn't make any mistakes or do anything wrong or anything like that. But I don't come away from that game saying Gravenberch had a better game than Virgil. I don't. Nobody's gonna make me think he had a better game than Virgil, and I only gave Virgil a 7.
He was our
I
best
think
player.
Gravenberch might have been our best player today. Honestly,
Not might have been. He absolutely was our best player. He's the best
He
player on
was-
the pitch today.
bro.
Easily.
Maybe. I would have probably said Van Dijk, but I guess they were very even, so I'm not going to argue with it being Gravenberch. But yeah, I gave Virgil a 7, and I'm struggling to give him more than Virgil because I just think Virgil was good today. I don't think he deserves to have a different mark to Gravenberch. But I won't argue against it. I ain't got a problem with it or anything.
But Johnny is though just as well. Sometimes it can be a fact of there were just two people that were both man of the match in it. Like sometimes, like they were because I look at it as Gravenberch and Virgil for me were our two best players today, innit? So like,
yeah. No, that's true. I just don't think anybody was an 8. I don't think anybody was an 8 today. Like I don't. And again, I know it is an individual thing. I hear that. But a last minute draw against Luton, I just can't give anyone 8s, man. I'm just looking. I'm like, nah, like, because surely if we had an 8 out there or a couple of 8s out there, the result should be better. It's Luton, like.
No, but I know, but you know, I know what you mean, but don't because it's like saying if there's 2 8s, but the rest are like 5s and 4s, where kind of
8 do?
Yeah, it's like they have to be the match winners then, because if they're not the match winners, they weren't really going to do anything. And
no, I hear that, but I mean, but here's the wickedest thing: Luton got a draw out of us today. How many Luton players were higher than the 7?
Well, for Luton,
not
for Luton, they're going to be higher than a 7 because they outperform their potential.
No. Forget about them being less talented. Just from watching the game, no Luton player came out of that game with more than a 7.
I think the goalkeeper was very good today.
He made some good saves.
He still weren't higher than a 7.
I would have given the goalkeeper more than a 7.
Personally.
Who's their left winger as well? I'd have given higher.
Yeah, because he was cooking.
Yeah, but nothing came from it though. So, like, can he get more than a 7?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think any Luton player got higher than a 7.
Barkley again. Barkley had a good game, really good game.
Yeah, but still only a 7. I wouldn't say he was like badding us up or anything like that. Like, anyway, this is just my opinion.
He was. I hate to say it. Barkley was badding us up.
So if they maybe physically, like he was being aggressive,
bruv, did you not see when Barkley was turning plays in the middle of the park and letting off passes and all that?
Like, he did it like once, I think. Like, it weren't like he was. I don't think he badded us up. Physically, I think he was kind of dominant, but overall, I don't think he badded us up. I didn't come out of that game going, bloody hell, man. Barkley was on us today or nothing like that.
Barkley had a good game. I wouldn't say he was going mad, but he had a good game.
7. If I was a Luton fan, I'd probably be giving Barkley a 7, maybe an 8 because it was Liverpool and I'm getting a bit emotional about the situation. But I don't think any Luton player was higher than a 7 personally. So therefore, if we've got a couple 8s in our team, essentially, and plus the quality being better, we should have won the game. That's why I'm struggling to give anyone an 8 because I'm looking at the Luton team and they didn't have to play that well to get a draw today. They really didn't.
Someone said Barkley looked like Zidane against us.
I mean, Barkley had a very good game today.
So
what did you give Gravenberch, Matt?
I gave him an 8, bro.
So we're leaving it at 7.5. So Bosley.
I thought he wasn't good at all, bro. He was below average, you know.
Soboslai has definitely had his worst game in a Liverpool shirt today.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. He probably goes into the poor category, you
know. I'll be even more honest with you. I think he actually gets a free with McAllister. I can't see any.
No, I thought it's better than McAllister.
Was he?
And that's great. Yeah, he was.
No, McAllister was a 2 today at best.
McAllister was pants, bro.
No, McAllister was poor today. But what I'm saying is, this might sound silly, like I'm contradicting myself at the same time, but as poor as McAllister was, he was constantly involved in the game still. Szoboszlai did nothing. Tell
But
me anything he did.
No, Somerset was involved in the game. It's just that
McAllister
McAllister
was
just
hindering
played
us. He was
longer
involved
in
in
the game.
hindering us. He was involved
He was-
in hindering us.
No,
I'd
I
rather
get
a player
that.
not be
But
involved than not
but
hinder us.
what the point I'm making is McAllister was constantly involved in the game, as in good or bad. He was constantly involved, as in he was always being made to work. He was always involved. He wasn't slacking off, or
But
whatever
there
the
was no
reason
good.
may be.
But there was no.
Yeah,
good
no,
for
but for whatever the reason, Szoboszlai did absolutely nothing today. Like from an offensive or a defensive point of view, there is not one thing anybody can point out Szoboszlai did today. He was the same as McAllister for me. He's a free.
But
He was.
McAllister
he was-
actually.
I agree with everything you're
Instrumental.
saying. The difference between him and McAllister is Szoboszlai didn't hinder us or put us in vulnerable positions. Pause. McAllister
I hear
did.
that. But I will
So
still
you-
say there was quite a few times in the second half when McAllister actually moved up a bit, received the ball on the turn and was popping it about a bit still. Wasn't anything amazing, but it was still more than I saw Szoboszlai do in the game.
You just saw more of it because he played longer, bro. I'm telling you, that's all
But
it
that's
is.
no, but this is the reason he came off, Matt. We know Szoboszlai don't come off really. Klopp loves Sobo. He was
I
so
know,
bad. Klopp
I know.
subbed him, bruv.
No, but bro, here's the thing that kills it. What you're saying is so true. But I thought McAllister was so bad. And Klopp just said, yo, don't worry about it. I'm still going to play.
That's what I'm saying, Drift. Like, we can't look at who Klopp subs and say,
Do you get what I'm
Klopp
saying? So
subbed
what
Gravenberch.
you're saying, I agree with, though, Drift. He took him off because he was bad. He should have done the same things to McAllister, and he didn't, bro. I don't even understand.
No,
that.
no, he should have. 100% he should have. But Szoboszlai don't get brought off. That shows how bad of a game he was having. That's the point I'm making.
Or
Like
it
when
shows that Klopp's got
Szoboszlai's coming off,
favourites.
when Szoboszlai's coming off, you know that Klopp is thinking, you've been dreadful today.
So why
I think
wasn't
Klopp's
McAllister
favourite.
brought off then?
Yeah, McAllister's
Because
been-
obviously McAllister is a little bit of a different scenario because he just don't trust Endo, I reckon. I just don't think he trusts Endo. And he's getting a bit obsessed with McAllister.
But that's really bad, though, if you don't trust
That's
Endo.
poor
But
then.
then the
Yeah,
player
of course
that
it
you
is.
play
But
is
that's
so
not what
bad.
we're talking about. We're just talking about Szoboszlai is one of his favourites. Szoboszlai pretty much always does finish games. And for Szoboszlai to be hooked shows how bad he was playing.
He's allowed about a game, though, because he must be tired, bro. Man's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
running
yeah,
around
yeah.
for so long.
Anyway, what did you
burn
look
that
give
kid
him? I
out.
gave him a 3.
I gave him a 4.
Yeah, he was poor today. I said he was poor.
Salah.
Get ready, people. Slap him next to McAllister and Szoboszlai for me.
I go 5 for Mo. He was better than McAllister and Szoboszlai. Not by much.
Was
but
he?
was better. Yeah, he
Was Salah even involved in the game today?
I
He was
mean,
on the
Salah should have had an
outskirts.
assist. So I mean, Salah should have had the easiest assist in the world.
But Cal, that wasn't an assist. He actually
Right.
just did the shittest header you've ever seen in your life.
Still shouldn't have been an assist.
No, I hear that, but it was the worst header you've ever seen in your life. I'm
No,
thinking about the fact that he wasn't meant. So he shanked the header that badly. The ball, there was times when the ball wasn't even, he was trying to control it. It was bouncing off of him. He didn't beat his fullback once. We're playing Luton, and I know that guy's quick. He didn't beat his fullback once.
They went to
today.
5 at the back, though, and they basically put that this year. Salah was bad today.
Salah
And
was
he
as
was
bad as
bad.
Szoboszlai for me. No one can tell me Salah was
I thought
better
he
than
was
Szoboszlai.
poor. I thought Salah was
He
poor.
was-
I'm giving Salah a 4.
He was terrible.
Yeah,
I give him a 3.
I can't argue then.
He gets a 4 from me.
He was definitely our least effective forward today.
I'd say Jota was. Nah, do you know? We'll get to Jota. Do you know, Nunez.
Yo,
I mean,
that
let's,
missed.
let's just talk about it before we get onto the miss, because I actually think it's kind of crazy what I've been seeing. And I said I'd wait till we get to the player ratings. I think as Liverpool fans, we shouldn't succumb to what it seems like most Liverpool fans do, because we are supposed to be more of a family club, etc., etc. We're all guilty of like having a go at a player here and there, whatever. But I find the Nunez agenda mad. Like, I find it mad. As soon as we came in here, you jump on Twitter, wherever it is, all you see is Nunez slander, Nunez slander, Nunez slander. Ah, he's crap. He's this, he's that. We'll never win anything with him. Why is he here? Blah, 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 blah. I am so confused how people can comfortably sit there to be that quick to jump on man's neck with one bad game when man is having arguably he's been one of our best players this season. He scored numerous winners this season. He's doing well. He hasn't had any bad games that I can recall. And all of a sudden he has one bad game and he's the reason why we lost the game and he's crap and we can't win nothing with him. I'm sorry. The agendas are so clear and they're embarrassing. They're actually embarrassing, the agendas against my man. He does anything wrong and people are on his neck immediately. Yes, he missed an absolute sitter today. But at the same time, he was the only one who actually tested the goalkeeper. And he was definitely the best out of the front three today.
No,
so, of course, who was better than him?
They're all as bad as each other.
No. Nunez hit the crossbar. He had that wicked shot similar to the ball.
By the way.
No. But it was a difficult chance, though. It wasn't an easy chance. He still hit the crossbar.
You know the agenda goes both ways, right? Because the goal he scored against Bournemouth, people have been hitting me up since then saying, cow this, cow that. So let's not act like the agenda is just one way.
But he nearly scored a similar goal today, like the Bournemouth one, that brought a brilliant save out of the goalkeeper. After the miss, he was put for on goal, and he had a brilliant shot that was brilliantly saved.
I'm
not saying he was wicked today, but he was definitely the best of the front three.
You're saying there's an agenda drift. I'm saying, yeah, there's an agenda, but the agenda is both ways. You can't have it both ways, bro.
But how is it both ways? I'm giving him a 5. I think he was bang average today. I think he was still the better one out of the front players. He's the only one who looked like scoring.
He missed the most chances.
He was the only one who looked like he was going to score.
Bro, how is... All right. The agenda goes both ways.
Who else looked like they were going to score today? Who else even came close to scoring today?
None of them did score. So...
the
agenda
Our
goes
only
both
shots
ways.
on target were from Nunez today.
And they didn't go in.
But there were good shots and good saves.
But, so...
Bro, we gotta be honest.
He
we gotta be honest. No, we gotta be honest. Because here's the thing: like, I feel like the fan base gave Darwin his props when he scored that amazing goal.
You can't have it both ways, bro. Like, he does one good thing, and everyone goes crazy about it. Bro, in the week, I'm seeing people comparing his goal to Suarez. I'm seeing stats about him and Suarez, this, that, and the other. So what? When he has a bad game, we meant to just say nothing. And the reason why people are on his neck.
No, you didn't listen to what I said. I said people are saying he's not good enough. Why is he playing? Why is he here? He's the reason we can't win the league.
Against Toulouse? We won the game. Did he miss a sitter against Toulouse? Yes. Have we seen him miss numerous sitters since he's been at the club? Yes.
He's also scored absolutely crazy goals that he had no right to score. So it goes both ways,
we understand that, but
it goes both ways. So when he does score the crazy goals, we give him his props.
Crazy.
But when he doesn't do the stuff he's meant to do, then he needs to get cooked for it as well.
I never said he shouldn't be criticised today. I said the agenda is mad.
Bruv, there's no agenda, bruv, when he's missing sitters like that.
So we can't win the league with him as our striker, and he's not good enough to play for Liverpool.
If he's acting like that, no, we can't win the league.
I'll be honest.
Wow, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild.
You can't have an agenda if someone misses an
I'm not going to say that.
If he's being this inconsistent, we're going to win the league with him being this inconsistent.
I'm not sure how he's inconsistent when he's got so many goals and assists already this season, but fair enough.
He's got 4 goals in the Prem.
Oh, so we're only going to count the Prem to keep the agenda going. All right, cool.
What agenda, brother? I'm sick of this whole agenda thing. Just because you disagree with what I'm saying, brother, it doesn't make an agenda. Just because you want to stick up for everything he does, it doesn't make an agenda.
I never said you had an agenda, but that's mad to say only 4
I just made a
goals.
comment. You said I'm going to say it to keep the agenda going. You're saying
as in the conversation we're having right now, because to only say the Premier League goals is to discount what he's done in the league and the cup. Since he's been at Liverpool, all right, cool.
Since he's been at Liverpool, has he been a consistent threat in front of goal in terms of his goal scoring? Has he been consistent in front of goal since he's been at Liverpool? Yes or no?
He's been a consistent threat. Yes, he has.
Has he been consistent with his scoring in front of goal since he's been at Liverpool? Yes or no?
This season, yes.
Since he's been at Liverpool, has he been?
Why are we going to count his first season? We're talking about this season.
He's been a Liverpool player in that season, bro. Since he's been here, Has he been consistent in front of goal, bro? It's one question.
All
It's a
right.
yes
He was
or
our
no.
second top goal scorer last season, but no, he hasn't been consistent.
All right,
in
so
front
if
of
he's
goal.
not, so my point stands. If he's gonna continue to be inconsistent in front of goal, then no, we're not gonna win the league with him. If he stops being inconsistent, yes, we will win the league. It's not that hard. He's not been consistent in front of goal since he's been at Liverpool. He's gone through patches and he's scored some wonderful goals, but you cannot sit here and say he's been consistent in front of goal since he's been at Liverpool.
All right.
He hasn't
We
been.
can't win. We can't win the league with Nunez up front. I get it.
Because that's what I said. Again, twisting my words. Cool.
I mean, you basically said it, but
No, I didn't. I'm saying you're just taking what you want to take out of it because you
no,
wanted
but
to see
you
what
said since he's got it, he's been inconsistent, and if he's
Guys,
keep
we
playing
didn't.
like that, then
No,
we
I
can't win
didn't.
the
This is
league.
No, I
brings
didn't.
up so much drama, bro.
No, I
Like, it's
didn't.
crazy.
When did so I said he's
I
been
said to you,
inconsistent
so
since
I
he's been
said, so can we win the league with Nunez? I thought you said if he keeps playing like that, no. That's what you said.
Yes, if he could.
Man said
Oh my
Nunez
God, I
brings
can't.
chaos
I
on this
can't
channel.
get through what I'm saying because you don't want to
Nunez
listen
brings
to it.
chaos on this channel. Now let's move on from Nunez. It's too much. It's just too
Because you
much.
don't want to
It's too
hear
much
what I'm
chaos.
saying.
I
There's too
heard
much
it.
chaos on the channel, bro. It's too much. It's just too much.
But people in the comments are saying I didn't say that. But you heard something
Literally,
completely different.
if he
Come on,
keeps
guys.
playing
Let's
like
move
that,
on from
no,
Nunez,
we
guys. Come
can't.
on, come on, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Makes no sense.
Come on, man.
It makes perfect sense, but
Let's
it's
just
fine.
stop the
It
Nunez
doesn't.
thing, regardless.
Let's give Nunez a 9 today because he
No,
made
no, no,
bare
no, no.
chances.
Let's
It
not
was
do. Let's
chaos.
just do difference.
A
That's just
9.
difference of opinion. Let's just move. It's just difference of opinion. That's all it is. That's what it is. It's so mad because Nunez brings chaos. He brings chaos on this freaking channel. Let's just. It is what it is, isn't it? That like, I don't know what we're gonna. What we giving Nunez, by the way. I don't even give my rating.
9.
I'm giving Nunez. What was I gonna give Nunez? I was giving him a 4. I was gonna give him a 4.
I would have gave him a 5.
And Cal would have gave him a 9.
Gave
So
him a 9. 9.
I mean, that's even more stupid, but
No, I mean,
we just got.
causing chaos. He was our best attacker.
Nah, guys, we gotta stop this though. On the real, come on. It's just
he
difference
was
of
our best
opinion, though.
attacker.
It's just difference of opinion, man. Come on, man. Let's not thing in it.
So Nunez weren't our best attacker today.
Oh,
they were
my
all as
God.
bad as each other. I've kept the same energy.
All right.
Guys, let's move on to Jota. I don't know what Nunez gets. But I have to say, you know what? Give him a 5. Just give him a 5. But people in the chat, I let people in the chat decide actually, because we can't agree clearly. People in the chat, what are you giving Darwin Nunez quickly? The first 5 ratings is what we're going to base it on Nunez. Let me see, Cal, quickly, what the people say in the chat. Got a 2. I got a 3. A 5. Hold on, I got a 2, a 5, a 2. Oh, jeez. Okay. The people are saying he gets a 2. Basically.
I wasn't even saying that.
A 5 and a 3 and a 4. Oh, it's leveling out a little bit. All right. It's like a 4. It's a 4, I think. It's a 4.
He was our worst player, then.
He goes alongside McAllister.
This is what I'm
Salah.
saying, dude. You're saying people are saying he's our worst player. I've seen people get 1s and 0s here. This is my point. No matter what he said about Nunez, bro. No matter what he said about Nunez, you always jump to his defense, no matter what.
No. I'm not seeing as many 2s for anyone else as I'm seeing for now.
I
So
think
I'm saying
the reason why people are guys, come on. Let's move on to Jota. Let's just leave it, man. Come on, man. We'll be here all day. We'll put him as a 2. People are saying he's a 2.
He's not a 2. He can't be a 2.
I don't think he's a 2, but you
had a way better
agree.
game than McAllister.
But you ain't gonna. If that's the case, then. But then, Cal, what's your true rating then? Because you know he's not a 9.
It's the same as Salah. It's the same as Jota. 4. If Salah's a 4 or a 3,
that's what I said. 4. I said 4. He's not a 2. I said 4. But then he still goes into that category of poor anyway.
But he's not a 2 or 1.
No, he's not a 2. But he goes into that category though. He was poor. He was poor. Come on, he was poor. All right, so what are we giving Jota then?
Same.
I thought Jota was poor as well.
Jota gets the 3 like Salah.
Jota didn't do nothing in that whole. In fact, Jota done one thing in the whole game. That the one where I think he should have scored. Where he remember I told you, Carl, he gave the eyes to the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that's the only thing he did.
When Gravenberch burst through and put it on a plate for him.
Yeah, it was a good job, but other than that,
yeah. So 3.
whatever
I didn't
Nunez
agree.
I think he was worse
Salah
than
get,
Salah, you know. He was worse than Salah and Nunez. He might
I
have been
don't
the
know
get
worst.
that.
over all of them.
Nah, I don't think he was worse.
But he made, I don't know, man.
I can't think of anything that Salah did well, which is why I don't think he was worse.
Okay, Jota forced a save. All right, fair play. That's one. He done one thing in the whole game, though. You can't give me another mention of Jota.
Not attacking wise, but he was doing some good pressing in the first half. But
Salah
that's why
actually played a key pass, though. Remember the outside of the boot? And Nunez smashed it and forced the save. He just licked it hard, but he forced it. Remember Salah's pass?
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
So, I don't know. Jota, I think 3, though. I think we can agree Jota was poor.
I think he was. Yeah, he's the same as Salah. I'm giving him a 3.
We'll just put him in that category, innit? We'll put.
But I think Salah was the worst of the 3 overall. Though.
Can't believe this, man. This is what Luton have done to man. Pause.
Elliot.
He got an assist, you know. Let me give him a 7. We'll give him a 7.
I'm just disappointed that he didn't make that foul on the edge of the box, so they couldn't counter attack to score their
Was he
goal.
quick enough to get there? Because I'm trying to remember. Was he actually
Yeah,
quick enough?
he just went in soft on the tackle and let Barkley run past him.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they were breaking on our team, and you've just got to be smart and take a yellow card and foul him there.
He got the assist, though.
Yeah,
But you're right, though.
He gets a 6 because of the assist for me.
I'll give him a 6.5 because I thought he had a good game. He had a good cameo. He actually got well involved. But I'm marking him down a bit because I do think he was massively culpable for us letting in that goal. He's got to just take the foul there. He has to.
No, I hear that.
But without that, I would have
be
probably
right.
given him about a 7.5. I thought Elliot had a really good impact. I think he had a really good impact in the
game. Who else came on? Gakpo. What we settling with? Elliot was a 6.
6, yeah.
I don't know what you lot gave him. I gave him
what did Gakpo do?
He came on and you missed that chance in front of goal.
Oh yeah, that one.
I
where,
mean,
with the ball
behind him, I don't necessarily. It's a bit harsh to
he just
call
made
it
a mess
miss,
of it,
but,
though, Drift. You know, he could have controlled that. He just made a mess of it, I think.
But when the ball deflects like that and you just try and be inventive, like it's like I think it's a bit harsh to go, he missed. It's like he tried to be inventive in a difficult situation.
He did nothing when he came on.
If that's what I remember him for,
he didn't get involved in the game at all.
I'll put him in a 2 to 4 category. I'm gonna be honest. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I'll give him a 3 as well.
You can go in that category with all the man them.
No disrespect to Gakpo. I rate him as a player, but off the bench, he doesn't work.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. He finds it hard to get.
He has no impact off the bench.
He came into a really crap game, which is even worse.
He's a starter, you know. He needs like rhythm, like he needs like games under his belt. He's not really an impact player as such so far in his Liverpool career as such. So.
You know why I feel sorry for Gakpo? I feel sorry for Gakpo because the emergence of Nunez and how well Nunez has played is why Gakpo's not playing. And Gakpo, off the back of last season, deserved to be playing. So it's actually like I feel a bit sorry for Gakpo, to be honest. Plus, he was used wrong for the first game or two when he's put in at 8, which was like he's not good in that role either.
Tsimikas.
I mean,
put a couple of good crosses in.
But some of his crosses are a bit funny. I remember Carl, you were like, what cross was that? I remember there was one bit, but
out of all the crosses, he put in far worse bad crosses than he put in good crosses.
I didn't think he was.
I'll say it's 50-50. I think he did some good ones and some bad ones.
No, go and watch it back.
Well, from what I remember. Yeah, how many crosses did he have? About maybe 5 crosses, maybe 6
or 7.
I feel like he's regressed, you know. I know.
Well, he did what Klopp told him to do, which was get wide and cross the ball in, which was the tactical switch.
But he barely beat the first man.
He did do what he was told to do. He just didn't execute it well enough. I'd probably go 4 for Tsimikas, based on how long he was on.
I'm putting him in that same. I'm just putting him in that category of 2 to 4. I thought it was poor. You can go in that category. To be honest.
Diaz.
Aye, bro.
I mean,
With everything that
10.
he's got going on.
That's the only exception I'm making for today, taking everything
Man's
into
got
account.
so much going on in his
The
life.
fact that he scored the goal, it wasn't even just a goal. He actually took on his man a good couple times. I think he even injured his ankle when he scored the goal.
No, it's after he went into a
It was
50-50
after the goal. It
after.
was a challenge, innit, with one of the
But if you look, he kind of limped away from the kickoff a little bit. Like if you look at the goal he scored, he kind of landed a bit funny, but I think the adrenaline of the goal was there. And then when they kicked off, he kind of looked like he limped a little bit. And then when he had that tackle about a minute later, I think that's when he like really felt it. So I think it was the awkwardness of when he landed, when he scored the goal. So I hope that's just like a minor little impact thing and he's actually all right. But just for everything, for the little impact, the little time he was on and the impact he had, he's the only one who I'm giving a 10 to today.
You
I
are
agree.
giving 100.
Shouldn't have had to play, but when he did, he came on and did what he had to do. So
big up to him for even having the ability to do that.
Facts.
Rating for Klopp.
3.
He goes in that same category as everyone else, 2 to 4, bro.
Yeah.
Poor.
The mad thing is,
2.
his substitutions got us the point out of the game, which was still wicked, and the game did change from what he did. But the fact that we got a draw against Luton
just kind of just puts it into perspective.
Yeah, it's just I can't give him what I would normally give him for making game-changing impact, substitution impact. So yeah, I'm giving him a 3. That was shocking. We just drew with Luton away from home and was a minute or two away, 4 minutes away from a defeat.
Losing the game against Luton. Yeah.
Fucking embarrassing. That is fucking embarrassing.
So I'm not sure where I sit with the Klopp rating.
Oh my days. Sorry, man. 1 second.
And the reason I say that, I don't think he set out with the right 11. The tactics, I think I'm fed up of the inverted thing. Like this fetish he's got with inverting Trent, it really pees me off. But at the same time, Salah, Jota, and Nunez finished their chances. We're not coming away from that game with a draw. If I'm not mistaken, Luton's chances that Ali saved, they were good saves, but he should have saved them. They scored a goal, but we should have been 3-0 up before they even got a goal.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I don't think there was much things different today, bro. But at the same time, we didn't take our chances.
You could have made changes quicker. You could have just changed the tactics as well. Like that game was screaming out for us to be wide so we could spread their team and actually create space in behind. But you forced us to play centrally through the middle with the personnel you picked and the tactics. That's all on him.
But that's how we play, though, isn't it?
It's not how we play all the time. We play with variety, hence why we've been good this season. The insistence of playing McAllister as a centre defensive midfielder when he is so not a defensive midfielder is ridiculous. The insistence on playing Trent at right back and just claiming you're playing him inverted when really he's being a midfielder because Konate is having to play right back and centre back is disgusting. It is stupid. You either just have the balls and play him in midfield or don't play him at right back. Because he's not a right back.
I disagree with that, as in I think inverted does work, and there's plenty of times this season when it has worked. I think when we play against a team that has a winger that does well against Trent, we get angry at the fact that he's there because we think, he was getting done, etc., etc. But go and look at all the other teams. I don't really like to do the watch face thing, but I just have to give people perspective. Zinchenko is a shocking defender, but because he does well in midfield, Arteta plays that system. Go and look at how Arsenal crumbled at the end of last season. A lot of it was how crap Zinchenko's defending was from a lot of goals they conceded.
That's my point.
But he was the reason they were in a title race, though, because he's so good going forward. Zinchenko was a massive part of why they played so well.
He was a part of it, but he weren't the main reason. Saka and Martinelli were the main reasons.
No, but what I mean is Zinchenko was consistent. He was a massive part of why Arsenal were good last season, because when he played that role from an offensive point of view, it was brilliant and it was so effective. But when he's bad defensively, they get caught out from it. It happens a lot when you do the inverted thing. It happens a lot. Because the person on the ball is good. That's why they're inverted. So the chances are they'll probably get cooked at right back or left back. Look when Arsenal was getting Partey cooked at right back, but he was good when he stepped into midfield. But I played him at right back because he was stepping into midfield, but he wasn't good as a right back. But this is what the inverted thing is. This is what happens with the inverted.
The inverted system also worked better for them because they were playing with 3 centre backs along with Zinchenko. We've been doing it with 2 centre backs and the left back.
Well, today we played 3 centre backs.
And look how that worked. Didn't work.
But I don't think it was bad
in the midfield because it's
no. But bro, you got to remember, we never let in a goal when we were playing inverted. We let in a goal when we went to fullbacks.
If we played inverted,
that was actually when we let in the goal.
We played inverted the whole game today. The reason why it didn't look inverted was because they hit us on a counter attack and we were so spread open. We had no system there. We played inverted the whole game. But
Tsimikas went to a more conventional left back, which meant that we weren't inverted as much because we were attacking down the left side quite a lot.
I'm talking about Trent. Trent being inverted is becoming a problem for us.
No, but what I mean is the system changed when Tsimikas came on because he went more advanced forward. That's the reason we made the change. It was tactical. Joey weren't playing bad, but he changed to give the width, which even though Tsimikas' crossing wasn't as good as it could have been, it did work. It was the thing. We didn't let in a goal when we were playing the inverted. We let in a goal when we changed. And even if we inverted to a degree, you get my point. Like we let in the goal when we actually went more conventional wing backs, full backs, rather than inverted with the 3 centre backs. That's when we let in the goal.
On a counter attack, not because of our system, but because of our counter attack. Because the players
didn't. But maybe Joey would have been. I mean, Pete, get me if you look think I'm wrong.
Press, bro.
I don't think that Joey or whoever would have been covering Joey would have been maybe as advanced if Joey was still in a picture. Maybe there would have been more covering players.
Maybe not, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't Tsimikas take the corner? Did Tsimikas
well, there you go then. So that means that him being on is one of the reasons the counter-attack was... No, it wasn't actually. Tsimikas was chasing the player, but he didn't get there. So I don't think Tsimikas did take the corner because Tsimikas was the one who was trying to get across to the guy who crossed the ball in. So no, he wasn't. So I guess Tsimikas is a bit technically culpable for the goal because he didn't get to his man.
Genuine question. Does Trent look like he wants to play in at right back anymore?
Nope.
Does Trent look good when he's playing at right back? Genuine question.
Sometimes it depends.
Yeah, not all the time. No, it's inconsistency of Trent, though, in my opinion.
So why are we still forcing him to play there when we know he's got the quality and capability to play in midfield? Why are we forcing him,
bro? Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, bro. Who you playing him in midfield with also counts. So if you play him in midfield, but you're playing natural right back, left back, which is what you want us to do and stop being inverted, that means you're playing Trent in the 6 car.
You don't have to play him in the 6. You can play him as
an 8. So where do you play then?
He plays as an 8. We've got several midfielders who can be rotated.
So that means that you would have 3 of our 4 midfielders benched just to play Trent in midfield then.
If he's
Jones, McAllister and Gravenberch would all be benched.
Is he better than them in midfield? Potentially. So yeah, if need be.
I disagree. I think you try and get as many of your better players on the pitch as you can. And I think inverted works a lot more than it doesn't.
I think that's the issue what Carl's trying to say though. So even though like it makes sense of you, I agree with both because you're trying to like wait for connection. Oh, cheers. What you're trying to do, is get all your best players on the pitch. I agree with you on that part. However, sometimes when you do that, you're causing yourself actual more issues. And I feel like we might be doing that at times because do you think we're just at that point now where it's like, bro, let's just try him in midfield full time instead of this part-time thing? Like, it's either you're working the weekend or you're not, bro. Let us know what's going on. Do the full-time thing. Just do it full-time. I want to see if it works. If it doesn't work, then fair enough. Then maybe something to figure out. But I just think that we should just give it a go. Play him in midfield and Drift. You might disagree with this, but maybe put Joe Gomez at right back. You know what I'm saying? Because at least defensively, he should be kind of sound. Mate, just see if it works, innit? Move Soberslide to the left. I don't know, bro. Like,
called
There's
rotation.
no harm, but there's no harm in trying. And like,
It's mad that we ask for a big squad. We cuss
And
FSG
then
for
we
not
get it.
giving
We're
drop the
worried
funds. We
about
get it,
players
and then
not
we're worried
playing.
about keeping players happy and this player can't be rotated, bruv. With all due respect to every single player who wears that badge, none of them are bigger than that badge. So if you got to sit down for a couple of weeks because someone else is in better form than you or someone else is better suited to that game, sit your ass down, shut up and take it. Because this is Liverpool.
I still don't think that we need to waste.
We sit here and we say we want to be on Man City's level when it comes to depth and all this. But when we've got it, we say, we can't drop this man, we can't drop that man. F it, I don't care. I want Liverpool Football Club to win. I don't care about Trent FC or Salah FC or Szoboszlai FC. I want Liverpool Football Club to win. If them man aren't happy being a part of that, then bounce, respectfully, bounce. If you're not,
yeah, but
happy,
it's not that they would be happy with it. It's why would it make sense to have
because
all
he's
of
not
that
good enough as a right back anymore because he doesn't have the desire to play as a right back. He doesn't have
if that's the case, then maybe it would be more Trent that would have to be on the bench then. I don't think you bench all of those midfielders just to play Trent in midfield.
But it's rotation drift. They don't have to sit on the bench for the whole season. They don't have to sit on the bench for the whole game. But one, you're saving Trent's legs because he's actually now being rotated. And two, you're giving yourself a better chance at games because you're playing him in a preferred position, a position that suits him now at this age, at this point in his career. Right back does not suit him anymore.
You don't want to play. Carl's right. He ain't got. It's not the ability. It's the desire. It's like guys, he don't want to do it.
Guys, he's had this. This is arguably. I mean, he's been injured for a while as well, but this is probably his only bad game this season. Like where you really was like, Trent was bad today. He hasn't been bad today, and we've been winning. The inverted system has been working for the most part.
Game this season, Drew.
What other bad game has Trent had? Barring maybe a game coming back off the injury or something. But like generally speaking, Trent hasn't had a bad game. Trent hasn't been bad this season. And I don't think the inverted system has been bad either.
No.
We're where we are in the league. We're top of the Europa League group. We're through to the quarterfinals of the League Cup, playing an inverted system. All of a sudden, a draw against Luton don't mean the inverted system is why we didn't win today.
But just because we've been winning those games also doesn't mean the system's been working either, Drift.
Bro, if you're winning games, it's working. Like,
it's not, Drift. Because sometimes
so you can have a failing system and win matches.
Of course you can, bro. Man United have been doing that, bro. Individual brilliance and players stepping up. That's what that's
they don't have a system though. That's
exactly. And they finished third last season because individual players stepped up.
That's 3-star football. I'm saying if you've got a bad system, you don't win games.
I'm not saying the system's bad, but the system's not as great as we make out just because we're winning games. You have to look at the opposition. You have to look at how players are playing as well. The Newcastle game, for example, we were terrible that day pretty much. Who bailed us out? Nunez, individual brilliance.
We're down to 10 men for 65 minutes. Though.
But it was still individual brilliance, right? So just because we won the game doesn't mean that system worked that day. The individual brilliance worked that day.
Yeah, but down to 10 means that you're not playing the system anyway.
Even when we've had 11 man, we've played the system and not been great. We've still been bailed out sometimes by individual quality. That doesn't mean the system's thriving.
So would you not say Arsenal and Man City for example, the 3-game City play when Rodri wasn't their protector and they lost all 3 games in a row, still playing their reverted system. Arsenal drawing with Fulham, losing yesterday to Newcastle, they've got the inverted system. Do you think inverted just doesn't work, period then? Because it seems all the other teams have bad games with this inverted system. Why is it that we're the only ones who say it's a crap system?
Because we don't have all the personnel to execute as well as Man City and Arsenal do.
I think we've got the best fullback in the league to do it because inverted, he's the best ball playing fullback in the world.
But it's about your other player, though.
It's about the balance on the other side, Drift.
That's what I was going to say.
That's why Joey made sense today then, because he's a centre back.
It made even less sense because you know what Ben White does? Ben White picks and chooses his moments when to overlap and put cross into the box. Joey could never do that as a left back.
Ben White is not good at attacking, Carl. He's not good at attacking.
I never said he's good at attacking.
So how's he overlapping then? Well, he doesn't make good forward runs.
That's kind of overlap though. He attacked, bro.
Nah, I don't see Saka ever really having anyone run past him. And not
Bro,
nah.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I'm not trying to give Arsenal props, but I mean, any Arsenal fans in here will tell you.
Maybe the first
Ben
half of
White
last
overlaps,
season.
bro. He allows Saka. Bro, do you know how
Maybe the
times you
first
see
half of last
he gives him
season,
an
but the
option?
second half of last season and this season, Ben White ain't been no good attacking, making runs and all that.
But he makes his system work, bro. He
Ben White,
overlaps.
Because he's a
Ben White
centre
does
back, so
overlap.
he's
Yeah,
very
he
comfortable
does.
stepping into the three at the back.
Because he picks and chooses when to overlap, when to give Saka time and space to do what he needs to do, and he knows when to get forward and when not to get forward. Because he's naturally a centre back and knows how to play right back as well. Because he's done both positions, both at Brighton and
decision making is very good. I think Ben White
Ben White, from an attacking point of view, is bang average.
Bang average. He's great, but all right, who's a better as Gomez left back attacking wise or Ben White as a right back attacking? Who are you taking? Because I know that should be
obviously from an attacking point
That's
of
my
view.
point.
But from a defensive point of view, I think they're the same. I think they're exactly the same.
No, probably. But if one's
and we're talking about defensively here, guys, because we're saying we think our system is poor defensively. No one thinks our system is bad from an attacking point of view. We think it's bad defensively. So forget whether Ben White makes good runs and overlaps. From a defensive point of view, he is a centre back that makes it comfortable when Zinchenko goes into midfield, the same way Joey did today. And from a defensive point of view, their midfield does a better job only because they've got better DMs, right? But if you think about the system itself, Ben White hasn't been able to stop all the poor performances when Zinchenko has a bad game and Arsenal drop points because Zinchenko got done. It's got nothing to do with Ben White, right? So whether Robertson or Gomez is playing on the left isn't really what this is about. It's about the individuals actually doing the inverted. Zinchenko, when it used to be my man who went by a minute for Man City, Trent, whoever the player is who's actually the one who's part of the inverted, who does the inter midfield role. It's more about him than it is about the other guys, right?
No, but what I'm trying to say is, all right, so the way how it works for me, yeah.
Zinchenko gets cooked way more than Trent.
No, I know.
Way more than Trent.
No, I know. I'm not saying he doesn't, but hear what I'm saying.
But Arsenal fans don't say crap playing inverted, though.
Yes, Arsenal fans cuss Zinchenko all the time.
No. They don't cuss the system, though. They don't cuss the system. They like the way they play with the inverted. They don't cuss the system.
You need to have and listen to Arsenal fans, bro. They cuss the system because of Zinchenko. They cuss both. They do
this
both.
Season. What Arsenal fans have been annoyed with is they've been more defensive minded, so they haven't been as fluid. That's what they've been annoyed with. They're not annoyed with playing inverted.
Bro, yes, they do. A lot.
I haven't heard them.
They want Tierney back. They want Tomiyasu to play left back.
Oh, they
don't want him there. They don't want him to play as a midfielder. They don't even want the system anymore.
Well, all I know is they nearly won the league like that last year. Man City have been playing brilliantly with that for years. Inverted isn't the problem. I don't think inverted.
No, but Man City can do it because I feel like they got the personnel to make that execution, though. I don't think we have the personnel.
But we also have to play the system till everybody's fully comfortable with it. And that's why I think that's the twist with it. Like, you can't just stop, start, and expect it to work.
They've got more multifunctional players at Man City. Man City obviously the best at doing it, and again, like they got players that are way more multifunctional than ours. That's why I feel like they can execute that at the highest level. Whereas I feel like we can execute it, but obviously not as good as them. And we're still, like you said, like we're still learning. And not only that, personnel, I still think we're figuring it out. Because I do genuinely feel like if we did get, say, an Hincapié, I think that helps the system because then you've got a left-sided player who can do left back and centre back and probably feels more comfortable rather than Joey G having to do it, even though theoretically it kind of works from a defensive point of view because he theoretically just a left-sided centre back, but he's still right-footed. If you watch that game correctly, do you know the amount of times Gomez could have, not saying attack, but just like draw a player out, but he would just cut inside on his right all the time, like all the time, because that's how he feels more comfortable. It's not a bad thing. It's just that personnel-wise, like if that was a left-sided player, I think it works better. And when I say left-sided, I don't mean Robbo, because Robbo's a left back playing in a centre-back three system.
I agree.
Attacking it. Like, do you
I
know what I mean?
agree with you. But Joey wasn't bad defensively today, which is all he's really supposed to be doing in that role. Yes, he didn't offer much in attack, but that's why Tsimikas was brought on. Joey wasn't brought on today to do anything from an offensive point of view, so I'm not going to get onto him for not being offensive. He was brought on to be defensive today, to do a similar role to what Ben White does, where he makes three centre backs that are natural centre backs when Trent's in midfield. And I think he did well. I don't think Joey did anything wrong. And I don't think from a defensive point of view, he was a liability in any way. So I'm saying if you're going to be inverted, the best player in the world to be inverted with is Trent. We've just got to find a way to be better at it. And I think that comes with repetition and maybe having a better player next to him in the DM role than McAllister.
Sorry,
Like maybe if it was Caicedo playing next to him, it would be a lot more comfortable and would be a lot better with it. But
oh my
And
God.
if we haven't got the personnel,
I think Jimmy dislocated his shoulder, you know.
Oh, but if that's the case, Drift, and we haven't got the personnel, then why should we play the system?
because if that's the way we want to play, we have to get used to it.
No,
And we
true.
have to, anything you want to be good at, you have to keep doing it, even if it's not working at the beginning, if you truly believe in it. Otherwise, you're a cop-out. You just like a couple games in, let's change. You're never going to get great at anything if you do that.
No, of course, it's a learning process, but I just think,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
So we have to keep, and that's why I keep saying to people, even though I understand the frustration when Joey plays right back and plays inverted, people are like, right, Joey isn't even really good on the ball. This is a bit mad. But you know what? It keeps the team used to the system, which is why Klopp keeps doing it. Because he wants the team to always know we're playing something that they're trying to get comfortable and good at. How do you think we got so good in the 4-3-3 and won everything? Because we played it week in, week out until we were the best at it. Yeah, it's frustrating. But if we give up on the inverted now, then what was the point in trying to do it?
We had specialist players for that formation as well.
Bro, Trent is a specialist inverted fullback.
Yeah, but the rest of the players aren't specialists in coping with that system then. So what
I
good
mean,
is it?
I just think it's the DM. I think Virgil's very comfortable there. Ibu's very comfortable there. Maybe Robbo is maybe a question mark in that role.
I mean, Ibu's comfortability is up and down at the moment, if we're going to be honest.
But that's not his ability to do it. That's his mindset. He's gonna. I don't know what's happening with him. He's playing a bit weird, but he's got the ability.
But I think it's a lot for him to do, though. It is a lot for him to do.
Yeah, but he's got the ability. He's proved it on.
No, he's got the ability. I'm just saying, like, with him.
So it's not about his ability why we can't do it. Maybe his head goes a bit, but I think his ability to play the system is there. Virgil's is there. Soberslai's is there. It's just really maybe.
I think it's demand, you know, bro, because he does the most running out of all of our defenders.
And do you want to know what? Unfortunately, this is one thing I'll give credit to Arteta with, which I don't even want to have to give credit to him. I think one thing that I do give him credit for is that he inverts on the side where he's got the better defensive attacker in Martinelli, similar to how we had with Mane. And Martinelli does a lot of dragging back and coming back to help defend because Zinchenko moves into the midfield role. I think it's a little bit unfortunate. Through no fault of his own, Salah isn't really that good of a defensive winger. And then what happens is when Trent moves into that inverted role, you don't get much protection from Mo either, which is a little bit like, say we had old school Mane on that side doing what he used to do in that defensive way, I think we'd be a lot more comfortable with it. Do you get what I'm saying?
So Xhaka was massive for that system last season.
And that too.
And
because
Gabriel on the whole was really good as well last season.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is from an attacking point of view, Martinelli does come and help defend. And it's just a shame that on the right side, Mo's doing a lot of attacking. Trent moves into midfield. And then that's why Soberslai, if he doesn't come over, there's not really anybody else on that right side that helps from a defensive point of view. And I'm not taking shots at Mo. It's on purpose. But that's probably a little bit of the issue as well. Because even before, remember, Trent didn't get that much help when we played normal wing-backs. It used to be Henderson that used to do all the dog work and come over. It wasn't Salah when Trent used to go forward. Because remember, Trent is always going to be not at right back when we're attacking. Whether we're playing him at fullback, we're inverting him, no matter what we're doing, he's never going to be a conventional Wan-Bissaka and just sit at right back. He's never going to do it. So even when he goes forward and overlaps, Henderson used to always have to drop in, or Wijnaldum used to always have to drop in. And we used to get help from the defensive point of view from somewhere else.
But that's the difference. Trent was always on the right-hand side in some aspect. Now, Trent could pop up on the left centre midfield. He's effectively got a free role from right back. So everyone's now expected to fill it. He has, bro. He's got a free role from right back.
I don't think he
He'd have
goes
a
as
free
far over to left-sided 8, but he does roam around a lot. Yeah.
Bro, Trent roams wherever the hell he wants, bro. He's got a free roll. Matt, where did he? When Trent took that long shot today, where was he?
Yeah, it's kind of mad. Still,
Left
he
centre
was like
midfield.
left center, yeah, left sided centre mid sort of thing, innit?
Left centre midfield.
He's
That's
so.
what he
Do you know what
wants.
it is? Like I said, I just think we got to try him in full time like midfielder to get like just. His best ability is being on the ball and creating. He's a creator. He's such an abnormal player in terms of like his creativity is actually through the roof. And Liverpool are just trying to find a way of how to get him on the ball as much as possible. What they need to just do is go, if we're going to get him on the ball as much as possible, just put him in midfield and partner him with someone who's got characteristics that can help him boss a game. I'll tell you this for free. If Trent Alexander-Arnold was allowed to be in a pivot with like a DM specialist, whoever that is, someone who just kind of cleans up and he kind of tries to do the Alonso thing, he would cook up everything.
Untouchable.
There'll be nothing that wouldn't be cooked. It's that
untouchable.
Simple. Like, it's so mad that we didn't get like a Lavia or I don't even know, a Caicedo, and just partner him with that person, and then you put Sobo in the 10. I'm telling you, we'll be going crazy right now. But yeah, it's mad.
Right. I don't know if you've got anything more to add, man.
It's just disappointing,
It's dead, isn't it?
It's just disappointing. Like, I don't even want to.
You can't get worse than the draw against Luton apart from a loss. Dropping points to Luton is the worst result in the league. Period. Sheffield United, you still know they've got something about them. Luton, dropping points to Luton is the worst result in the entire league.
Luton, you know.
Luton town. You walk through somebody's kitchen to get into their stadium. Joke thing. That man there definitely picked up their sandwiches and Lucozade they left from last week on their way out. Mad thing. Well,
and they still got a draw.
No, the scary thing is, I saw this coming, but I wanted to stay positive because yesterday, you remember, Matt, when we did the preview? No, I think it was Friday, whatever the day was. And you remember when I said 2-1, and you looked at me a bit like, "What you never?" And everyone was like, "Only 2-1," like they didn't, like I didn't believe in the team.
Yeah,
you know why, bro? Because in my head, you know, I actually thought 2-2, but I didn't want to be negative, and I didn't want to be like, I just had a feeling.
If you would have said 2-2, you would have been cursed out, bad.
Yeah, I would have got. Yeah, and everyone would have been on me.
I would have been. Even me, I would have been like, "Bro, what's wrong with you?"
I just had a feeling that this small pitch, this tight crowd, and like the fact they'll be up for it, the fact that we might be a little bit complacent or whatever, that was just something that worried me about this game being a draw, and I was right. But we're not supposed to be getting no draw against Luton.
I can't even talk about their kitchen and that. I can't really.
This was a layup, you know. This was a layup. Arsenal dropped points.
But this always happens to us, though. Have you not seen the pattern? The teams that we're chasing will drop points, and then we're like, this game we got here.
Layup. Imagine, like, let's say, for example, Arsenal drop points, but our next game, I don't know, is flipping Man City at home or away.
Yeah, then you understand. Yeah.
But apart from Luton at home, this is the easiest fixture you could ask for.
Yeah.
Apart from Luton at home, this is the easiest. This is the second.
No, I'd say Sheffield United at home is easier than Luton away. But I get what you mean. It's right up there, though.
Second, third best to potato. But this should have been light work, bro.
We drew to Luton, bro. We drew to Luton.
But by 54 minutes, us lot should be bantering on the screen, you know, having a laugh and a giggle about stuff that don't even revolve around football. By 54 minutes, that should have been what that watch along was. But now here we are.
I can't believe the team couldn't motivate themselves in that second half to go and get the win, man. Mad. And yeah, it's true. We dropped points to Brighton last time when City lost. Arsenal dropped points to Thingy, and we don't. It's true. It's like we never just capitalize on. And then watch what's going to happen. Tottenham's going to go and beat Chelsea, go back to the top, and that's even more points dropped against them. Where even if you don't think that Tottenham are gonna like go the distance in terms of actually win it, how many more times can we let them win and we don't, and they get a point advantage on us and think we're gonna catch them up? Like, we can't just keep. This is what we said about Leicester all season. Eventually they'll stop. They'll drop off. Eventually, and it never actually
I can't
happened.
believe
So,
this, man. To Luton, bro. Yes.
you know what I mean? And I think this Tottenham team is better than that Leicester team.
The league's also better than when it was then as well, though.
It is, but more teams are dropping points these days.
Trez Fresh says that cameo by Simicast is why it doesn't start. Fair point. Sahil says, I think Diaz's situation is a big distraction for the whole squad as they're basically family. It's just we go again. It's just that we go again. Yeah, could be that as well.
That could be true. We always take the human element out of things, and if your friend's dad's been kidnapped, it probably is playing a part in the mental. Even just watching Diaz not being happy or upset or whatever could be bringing the mood down. That is true.
Kike says, before Drifty went out, you said you trust any one of our centre backs. How can you say that when we concede one goal at least every game nowadays?
Because I think it's more just the concentration of the whole team rather than which individual is playing. Well, am I wrong? Do you lot disagree with me that I think all four of our centre backs are like good defenders as an individual? If you're just like grading them as an individual,
I think they're. Oh yeah, I think they're. Yeah, they are all good defenders. They are. I agree.
I mean, 5 if you include in Joey, because I know he kind of plays fullback more. But I think Konza, Matip, Gomez, Virgil, and
no, they're all good defenders.
They're all good defenders as individuals. They are. But
they are. Yeah, I agree that they are.
Thomas says, do you think Diaz should have even played? Personally, I don't, but without him today, we don't get a point.
Agreed.
He took his goal so good.
Came off his shoulder. It was kind of lucky.
Yeah, but it was the leap and the aggression and the desire. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he got up high. I don't think I've seen Diaz get up that high before.
Nah, it was serious though.
M says Nunez and Salah should walk back to the AXA in shame. Not just them.
This is what I'm saying. Everybody should be walking back in shame. Why just them two?
Because they were the main culprits.
No, everybody in the team that we gave a 3 or a 2 or whatever was part of it. Like, how many of our players got?
No, that's what I'm saying. I did say there should be not just them as well, but not the whole team.
Oh, Ali, Virgil, Gravenberch, Elliot, and Diaz. Those men can get off the bus. Everyone else.
Light Vibe says, why is Trent always try long range? Keep it simple.
The shot was pointless, but the long range passing was good.
Kike says, Liverpool being mentality monsters is the biggest joke I've heard in years. When has this team ever decisively gone ahead in the league table? I mean, in 2019 we did.
Yeah, and being ahead doesn't make you mentality monsters. Arsenal was ahead for the longest time in the history of the league, and they didn't win it. So.
I don't think we're mentality monsters at this point. I think we used to be. I don't think we are right now.
Not right now. Not right. I
think that's a bit disingenuous considering we've been down to 10 men 3 times this season and won all the games. We've come back in 80% of our games. We've been a goal down and we've come back and won the game. I think we are very good mentally. One game can really rattle people's memories. I know today's a bad result. I am just as angry as everyone else. But we can't go all the way left. Of course, our mentality's been brilliant this season. Come on, guys. Come on, man.
Mentality monsters at the moment. We're not. We're good mentally, but we're not mentality monsters. Do you know what mentality monsters was? That was 1920, 18, 19. I mean,
I'm not even saying you have to be a monster, but we've still been brilliant mentality-wise.
I've never said we were poor, but we're not mentality monsters.
Yeah, but that thing was mentality. That actual question was well,
we're not mentality. That's like us saying our teams. Like back in 1920 and 2018, 2019, 2020, we were top 2, top 3 best teams in the world. We were an elite team. If someone says we're not an elite team now, I'd agree, but that doesn't mean we're a rubbish team. But we're not elite.
Yeah, but that also helped to make the mentality look better because the talent was there. Sometimes it makes it more of a mentality thing if the talent isn't quite as good and you're still having that fight to come back.
Well, I could argue that the fact that we go down in every game or 8% of games isn't significant in mentality. Then that's a bad mentality to have.
Yeah, but the mentality monsters thing comes from the desire and the ability to come back from adversity.
It's
If we're
both. It's
mentality
the desire
monsters-
not to put yourself in adversity as well.
We would have won.
Well, we
today's
were
game.
called mentality monsters before though because
We would have won today's game.
We could win games that we like the Villa game, for example, when was 1-0 down, Mane gets that header. We like those are kind of the games why we've got called mentality monsters.
But we also got mentality monsters because we kept Barcelona from coming to Anfield needing 1 goal to qualify, and we got 4 of our own and kept the door shut. So it works both ways.
I mean, that was probably the icing on the cake of what it is. But what I'm saying is, just because we haven't got a result as big as that this season, it doesn't mean we aren't still brilliant in our mentality this season. I don't think the mentality
weren't very good, but we're not mentality monsters. We're not an elite. We haven't got elite mentality in this team right now.
I mean, I would say we're mentality monsters based on what we've done this season, but we've been brilliant mentally. One game today, which is absolutely embarrassing, is not going to undo everything I've been happy about so far this season.
We've been very, very good, but I don't know if I would go to as far as say mentality
Look
monsters.
at the controversy we went through with the Tottenham situation, and we kept going. Like, enough teams would have licked their wounds and felt sorry for themselves. We didn't. Like, our mentality is brilliant.
I never said the mentality is bad. But
No, I know you didn't, but I'm
mentality
saying-
monsters is saying you've got elite mentality. We haven't got elite mentality right now. We're not there yet.
I kind of think we do. I just think the system and the players ain't quite there before, so it's not going to look as
elite
good.
mentality. We would have won today. I'll be honest with you. We would have. We would have.
Come on, man. There were still games that we lost. That
no,
we
what I mean is though we would have just.
We got beat 3-0 against Watford the year we won the league.
But I'm using today an example. Like, I just think we approached the game differently, though.
Yeah,
we didn't
but
even
like
start well. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even start very well when the game started.
No, I know, but
what
the
it
point
looked
is
like,
that doesn't mean that you don't have an elite mentality because there's a one game that's a madness. We lost 3-0 to Watford the year we won the league. We let my man get a hat trick, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. Like, that was atrocious. We won the league that year. Of course, we was mentality monsters that year. But look at that Watford game. Like, shit happens, isn't it? It don't mean we ain't got an elite mentality. Come on, guys. I mean, I'm not even just talking to you, Tom. I'm talking to everyone, obviously, in the chat as well. We have been brilliant mentally this season. Brilliant. Like, there's no way anybody can question the mentality of the team. It's just a bad day at the office today.
No one's questioning mentality. I'm not.
How many times in that 1920 or 2018, 2019 spell, how many times did we go down?
Not many.
All right, then, Drew. How often do we go?
We're playing a different system, isn't it?
Brother, a system or not, bro? How is it we're going to go? You said 80% of goal, 8% of games we concede first. That is a horrific stat, bro. That is not mentality monsters.
No, but again, like I said, bro, the mentality monster part comes from the adversity. If you're always
mentality monsters is an overall thing, but it can't just be one aspect of mentality.
No, because if you're always good, maybe your mentality hasn't even been challenged to know how you would cope with the adversity if it happened. So, say for example, Arsenal. People would say last season Arsenal mentality was great, right? Because they were winning games and were playing so well. But when it was actually tested, they crumbled. So, how good really was their mentality? Liverpool, yeah, we shouldn't be going behind, I understand. But the mentality monster sentiment comes from dealing with adversity. Not when it's going well, how do you cope with it when it's going bad? And we've pretty much been brilliant with all the bad things that have happened this season.
But no one called them Arsenal mentality monsters last season.
No, but what I'm saying is you would say they had a good mentality though, right? Because they were winning games and they're playing well. But then when a bit of adversity kicked in, they crumbled. So how good was their mentality?
No, but we have a good mentality. It's just not monster level. It's not elite level.
Look, we can agree to disagree, but I think the monster part comes from adversity. I think if you're always playing well when you're always winning games, you can't be called a mentality monster because adversity is the real key ingredient. How do you deal with adversity? And this season, Liverpool have dealt with adversity brilliant. So I would say we kind of are mentality monsters. But we can
O'Neill
agree.
says Mac Tennis or Boz garbage. Not here for Nunez slander. His miss was bad, but he had the most shots on target. Mac 10 stopped running back for the goal. It's a draw, not the worst result. We move. Hashtag you'll never walk alone.
It is a bad result, but I agree with the other part.
Kim C says fed up with Nunez. Bayesian Reds TV, big up Bayesian Reds TV. Make sure you guys go and subscribe. Said my brother's big up, drop a beat for my birthday past Thursday, 46 and counting. Much love and smash the like, people. Nunez was a duppy today. Big up yourself, Bayesian. This is for you, bro. Blessings to you. Happy birthday. Jason says, just got home from the Luton game. My dad once said favoritism in game and player management has cost us titles and cups. Today, my dad says it's happening again.
McAllister, I guess.
I think it's just more than McAllister. The Rand, shout out to Rams. The Ram stand says, big up guys, love as always. One word, complacency. One of the words, I agree. Matt Bicazette says Gakpo's miss was as bad. Jota missed too, and Salah. Their misses weren't as bad.
I don't agree Gakpo's miss was as bad. I agree that Salah's miss was as bad, which eventually became Nunez's miss.
So Salah's header was as bad as Nunez's one.
I'll put them in the same category, yeah.
How? Nunez had an empty goal and was close to the goal.
Salah has, not an empty goal, as in he had the goalkeeper to beat the same as Salah did. Yeah, on your foot is an easier chance than the head. So probably I would agree with you slightly in that regard. But if you go back and look at how bad Salah's header was, that header was shocking. But again, that's just me. If that was Jota, I think that's a goal.
Nah, it was shocking. That header was Salah was shocking. It
was a poor header, but Nunez is like that misses. It's up there with the worst miss I've seen. It's like his two misses this season are the two worst misses I've seen this season from Liverpool players.
Unfortunately, they are. Unfortunately,
yeah.
John says I'm with Drifty. Respect my gunman, Darwizzy. Omar says this is gonna sting for a while. Ruin my mood, to be honest. Yeah. John Luiso says Sobo needs to tread the line between confidence and arrogance in some instances. Not serious yet, but from what people at RB say, he has a tendency. I've not seen it yet myself, so
yeah, I can't really say it yet. But...
Michael Talks Football, big up to Michael Talks Football. Go and check out his channel and subscribe as well. I don't want to butcher this, but Libertad Para Papa. I think that frees Free My Dad in Spanish.
I think that's what
I think so.
Hate says Simicast decline needs to be studied in a lab. Klopp is fully to blame for it, but the man has fallen off worse than Raven Simone. Klopp not fully to blame.
H, man.
I don't want to laugh today.
For
Sister Ross says if we had a DM, just imagine how good we'd be now. We have a DM.
She means a Caicedo level, though.
I know, but we actually have a DM.
No, I know.
He's better in the six than McAllister, from what I've been told. From
what I've seen, yes.
From what Klopp told us when we signed him. So
the two games Endo's had brilliant in the six for us are better than any game McAllister's had in the six, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah.
Planner Boy says, think Klopp screwed this by selection versus Bournemouth.
Potentially.
I mean,
no, I don't know if I'd agree with that.
I disagree with that. We should have enough to beat Bournemouth and Luton back to back.
We
And
should.
Bournemouth away is a difficult game as well, which is why I understood why he
Still
put some of the
line
big
that wrong.
hitters in that game. Because we could have been out the cup with a result like this in a cup game. So,
Darth Callum says Drew to Tommy Robinson ends taking me for a mug. Ty says why play Sobozo and Salah midweek? Klopp hasn't learned. I mean, I was fine with the ball. I mean, this was a Champions League game in midweek. Them two would have played, and they would have still played this game. Like, I mean, there was plenty of games before they could have been rotated. It's not just the Bournemouth game; could have been rotated plenty of games before that. We needed to get through against Bournemouth. We need a trophy this season.
I'll tell you what was a little bit of a bitch is, even though there was 4 days in between, so I'm not making an excuse for it. It is a bit of a bitch that we had 2 of the furthest journeys in 4 days of the 2 away games. That is a bit of a bitch. It's like, if only it was Luton at home after the Bournemouth away. Do you know what I mean? Because anyone who knows, Liverpool to Bournemouth is a journey, and then obviously Liverpool to London as far as well. So just a bit of a shame that it was 2 of our furthest away days. But yeah.
Tom S says Darwin himself at Newcastle was a mentality monster.
No, I think I'm not going to get back into it.
Kayak says, don't you think you understand? Look at the record we have. Never decisively won a game to put us ahead of all the other teams, including 2019. We were handed opportunity to run away with the league. Oh, from that standpoint, I get the frustration there.
When were we handed the opportunity?
Yeah, we weren't handed, but in terms of we were so far ahead. No one teams kind of just thought it's long trying to catch up. Whereas there's been times where other teams have dropped points and we've not taken advantage.
I know, but that does kind of become a part of we've never decisively won a game to put us. Won an individual game to put us. I get it. Yeah.
Beijing Reds TV says, thank you again for the support for our channel. We are 60 subs away from 1K. Guys, let's get them up there today.
Big up yourself, Beijing, bro. Trust me.
Yeah. All right, let's get them up to 1,000 tonight.
Yeah, please, guys. Vitu says, question on Trent being used in a free role. Benzema couldn't be replaced. Real got Jude and use him higher in a free role. If we can't replace Salah, do we move Trent up like that? Me personally, no.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered it. Makes a good point. In 2019, we did actually beat Man City in a very decisive game, and then went on and won the league. So there is one time, because if they'd have won that game, we'd have only been 4 points ahead of them. But we won it and went 11 points clear. That's decisive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kayak says, perpetually going down from our defense and relying on our great attack to rescue us isn't good mentality, especially after there's no hope in sight. This will be sorted out. There's no hope in sight. It will be sorted out this season.
Let's just hope we do go and get somebody in January.
Yep.
O'Neill says, how is that not a handball? It was away from his body. Because
we know this.
He wasn't. I think he's talking about Barkley, because remember they did a penalty check for us. He did have his back turned. That would have been extremely harsh.
That would have been a terrible decision if that was given as a
penalty.
You can't physically jump with your arms by your side and then land with your arms by your side unless you're doing gymnastics.
No, but the thing is, Kat, if he was the other way round, it is a penalty though, because you can't just have your arm out like that.
I'll argue it the other way around. But when you're jumping and you don't even know where you're about to land, you can't jump down like that. You break everything in your lower half.
but if he was turned round, it would have been a penalty though. If he didn't have his back to it, it would have been given.
There'd have been more argument for a penalty. I still wouldn't have been mad if we weren't giving it. Shouldn't be relying on a penalty to get us through against Luton.
For real.
Boys, anything you want to add before we wrap up?
There is a few points I would like to talk about, but it's pointless. I can't be asked to get into another argument with the people, so I'll leave it.
No, I'm done for the day, bro.
Terrible result. Absolutely terrible result. I think that's the worst result in nearly a year. I'm trying to think if we've had a worse result than that within like this calendar year. I'm struggling. Like that was a bad result, man.
Massive,
Like,
you know.
that was bad.
Beijing Reds TV says question to be asked on Virgil getting wrestled to the pitch and
That was a penalty. That was a penalty. I
Yeah.
saw it.
That was definitely a penalty.
It's a penalty.
No, I'm not gonna lie, Drift. This calendar year we've had some horrible results, bro.
Have we?
Yeah, I just didn't want.
Maybe I'm forgetting the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's been a.
Remember that would have
But
been
we-
last.
no, but
That would have
we-
been last season ones. Remember?
But were they worse than Luton though?
Mm.
Maybe not the team, but in terms of how we
No.
took the losses, probably.
Performance.
Bro, if I'm not mistaken, Brighton away from home,
Oh, that
Wolves
was
away from
awesome.
home, the
No,
Crystal
but Brighton
Palace
was
0-0.
was a very good team last season.
No, but it's
so
the
it
way
wasn't-
we got cooked was
It's the way.
horrible, though.
Real
Bro.
Madrid, the 5-2, like
No,
bro,
not the performance, guys. The result. I think it's the worst result. Forget the performance, but like Brighton is a good team. So when you drop points to Brighton, if you forget the performance,
Wolves.
it's something that can happen, innit? I mean, like the result.
Wolves 3-0. Bournemouth
Yeah.
1-0.
No, but Wolves is still a team more capable of beating you than Luton.
Bournemouth
What
1-0.
about Bournemouth?
I think Bournemouth's a team more capable of beating you than Luton. It's Luton, you man.
No, I know. I'm just,
Luton.
bruv,
Luton should not be taking. Luton are so bad. Chelsea won 3-0.
bruv, we
At-
should be.
at
I
home,
know,
they
I know
beat
this.
them at home.
We should be.
No, they beat them at Luton, Cal.
They didn't. They beat them at Chelsea.
Cal, they beat them at Luton, bro. They beat them at Luton 3-0, bro. That's how bad Luton are. Chelsea went there and beat them 3-0.
Chelsea beat them at Stamford Bridge, bro.
Nah, you sure about that? Because I'm sure it was at Luton's ground.
25th of August, Chelsea 3, Luton 0. Sterling 17 and 68, Nicholas Jackson 75.
Oh, fair enough. I thought it was at Luton's
I'm
ground.
sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
Still shocking. Luton. Dropping points to Luton, man. Nah, that's mad.
Dead,
That's
bro.
Oh, sorry. Not that one. Kite says, let's be honest, what Darwin did versus Newcastle, he won't ever do again playing for Liverpool. I disagree with that. He will.
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah, absolutely will. People, please switch on notifications. Also, check out social media so you keep up to date with when we're going live this week. There might be a slight schedule change, so just make sure you keep up to date with what we're doing. Yeah, not the greatest result. If we can humbly ask to give the video a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and until we see you again in the week. Have a great rest of the day as much as you can. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish throughout, people. Take care.
Peace.
Thank you.